welcome to Shade in the City. It's your girl Treese here, and I got where my girls at from the front to back. I got my girls Elaine and Sky with me, okay? And we are here to give you a
Hey.
recap of Beyond the Gates. This is episodes 164 through 167, so Monday through Thursday, okay, y'all? So if y'all have not hit that like button already, please go ahead and do so. And if you're feeling the vibe and you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? And y'all know if you're watching from a mobile device, like I've been telling y'all, hype me up, okay? Hype me up, hype up the video, okay? So yeah, y'all, this was a very interesting week. We were just talking backstage. It was very DNA heavy. And unfortunately, we got to talk about it, y'all. I'm sorry. Other than that, I mean,
Not
I
unfortunately.
said she gonna have some, some stuff to throw in there. So thank God, because I'm sitting here looking at my list and I'm like, all I see is Derek and Ashley and Andre,
I
Naomi.
got you.
We
I got
also
you. I
had a
got
lot of
you.
Leslie and Eva sort of having the same conversation.
Conversation.
And
That's why I said I really don't, because
and
literally
you
I'm
know what?
like,
I forgot about that shit. I really forgot about that. Like I forgot that even happened. That's how much I be tuning them people out. Like
Well, they literally had the same
same
conversation on
conversation.
Monday that they had Wednesday. I was like, wait,
what?
were you in the same place we were on Monday? Because the crying on the couch and all of that.
Oh,
Remember, you
sweetie, I
like,
didn't
oh,
watch Monday. Remember, I checked the heck out. I
so,
looked at Monday. I looked at the lineup, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it." And I literally tweeted, "I'm not gonna be able to do it," and I didn't do it. I left.
I'm mad. I'm mad she cut class on Monday. I'm
we
sitting
had
there.
to. Treese, you left 30 minutes in.
I
You
did
really,
because
because you
I
was
could,
right behind me.
but at least I watched 30 minutes of it before I turned it off and said, this is
She,
trash.
she's like, at least I gave it a chance. You just
Right.
headed on out. I sure
She
did,
said,
y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I ain't got it to do. I ain't even gonna
Well,
try.
I was
I
mad
went.
at the end. I was mad that they had done that to me for an hour. I was
I
just like,
wasn't gonna let them play me like that. I was like, I gotta protect my mental health. I gotta get the hell out of here. I left.
Scott, when I tell you that recap is literally like 10 minutes, like
You
yes,
probably
it
literally,
was like,
was. Yes, it
well,
was.
somebody was born. I hope they die.
right? Like it was real bad. I was like, y'all, I don't know what else to say because it was just that bad of an episode.
Like I looked at what they had going on, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I took my leave really early. Like I'm gonna tell you when I stopped. So it came on. I saw like the first little bit, and then they did the credits, or I mean the theme or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I sat through the theme. I waited until the first commercial after the theme, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Um, I I don't feel comfortable here. I don't feel safe here. I,
Not this isn't a safe space.
this is not a safe space. I do
Yeah,
not feel protected here. I don't feel valued. I don't feel loved. I'm
you
heading
are
home.
so funny. So yeah, y'all, let's say hi to the people. Hey, Sweet Pea, Jeremy, Princess Diamond Cut. You know we love our girl. And for all those with wrenches, you are on the clock tonight because you know this is a public live. So sometimes people weirdos sneak in here. So y'all are on duty, okay? El Michelle, hey, Kamara, how you doing, boo? M Chive, what's up? El Michelle said, I really need them to remove Ashley from the show. It makes so much sense. Ashley and Naomi are friends. They are so annoying. That I'm going to back up. Um, Monday was a snooze fest. Yes. Hey, Lady Virtue. Happy you caught a lie, babe. What happened to make you feel like that? What about
To feel
Monday?
unsafe. To feel unsafe.
Oh, yes. I think that's
Listen, I felt like my mental health was not being valued, and we got to feel physically and mentally safe. I did not feel like that my mental health was being valued with the lineup that they had on. They literally had everybody that I can't stand all on one episode, and nobody else
Yes, they
to
did.
pull me up. Like there was nobody to save me, and I was
you
like,
had
I
that.
don't
Look, they
feel
let you out in
safe.
the water. They put you out in the water with no life jacket.
They really said swim, heifer, swim, and I was like, but I can't. Like let me.
Oh,
They was
Yes,
really
I
like,
mean
I
that was
never let
literally.
go.
They went from DNA to Leslie and Eva crying and going, oh, woe is us. And look at how we only wanted all good things and good things came to us. Look at because we're all good too. And so rainbows and sunshine. And
They're like we're beautiful, capable women, and we deserve.
And the rest of us, it's like the audience hasn't watched 167 episodes. It's like, what happened? Where are these rainbows and unicorns that they see?
So Elaine and Treese, we have this thing on my space that we do for Eva and Leslie, and then we always end it like this. We go, I am somebody's main character. That was literally Monday. Monday was literally I am somebody's main character day. Because I swear, it was like, we love us and everybody else should love us too, even though we did bad things, and then they should still love us though.
Yeah, and it's finally paid off all of our hard work. Remember, your sacrifices paid off. I'm sorry, you tried to murder someone. Like, what happened?
Elaine, what's
okay, hold on. Let me look. I ain't even ran the intro and we done got deep. All right. So, hey, Blatant Troop. Hey, Cleo. Happy birthday. 25th birthday. Or are you? Look, if you say you 25, then you 25, Lady Virtue. I ain't going to look. It's okay, girl. Princess said Leslie and Weak Ted act like their spawn is a child. Yeah, look, I'm over it. But let me run this intro so we can get
them. She's somebody to them, you know.
Look, she's somebody's main character. Let me go ahead and drop this intro. We'll be back, y'all. Shade in the city, true hit like a banger. I said it, I meant it, no need for disclaimers. Haters right away, but they just false claimers. Concrete beats are heavy like cinder. Looking for one, but the streets feel winter. No filters, no edits, I'm raw with my splendor. My life a movie, they're watching the trailers. I'm not gonna hold you. Shade in the city, there's life in the mold. You like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. This is my word, I just let you inside. City, I'm not gonna hold you. Shade in the city, my words gon' console you. Like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. But now we are ready to go, okay? Hey, welcome, When Tay Talk. Hey, boo. Thank you for dropping in. And if y'all are not following Tay Talk, she actually does recaps of Beyond the Gates as well. It's really funny, and she's like an Elaine. There is no filter. She'll cut people out. She has the strangest, actually on her live the other day, Elaine, she was talking about the twin theory. And she was, so that I'm just saying, that's a good one to watch.
I'm coming to you, Tay.
Okay. I was like, not Tay talking about the twin thing. Look, at least Ted's contributing to the diapers in the Similac. Look, she said, I cuss a lot.
Me too, girl. Me too. Don't even feel bad.
Yes, y'all. And do not forget, I was going to wait for the end of the show, but let me also preface that Sky is going to be going live tomorrow night as well. In her spaces on Twitter, I will drop the link. Or Princess, since you on duty, can you drop the link to Sky's Twitter so that people can go follow her if they want to tune in tomorrow?
Don't come over here if you faint of heart, because we're gonna be acting up. Like, I act up every week.
Right.
And nothing is off the table. Nothing is off the table. We act up real bad over there. So, like, I just need y'all to know.
Hey, Xavier. Kamara said, I look at Monday as info to keep for another day. It's good to know where people's heads are, crazy or not. So I look on the bright side of things. It all comes in handy for the explosions. Oh, Kamara, look at you being so optimistic and positive. Look at you, girl. Look,
I'm glad that you remember, because like sometimes they don't.
Look, that's that sunshine and rainbows you was talking about, Elaine.
Listen, you go ahead, girl. I'm glad that you like are being real optimistic, because I'm very, very, very. I'm expecting the worst and hope for it. And if I get something great out of it, I am good.
I think someone needs to write them an email on the show to tell them, hey, Sweeps is going on.
So, okay.
Elaine, I get in enough trouble every day, Elaine. I get in enough trouble every day.
Okay, so
it ain't gonna be me.
Elaine, Sky, what it was for me, and the reason I clocked out 30 minutes into the show on Monday, I remembered somebody had said something on Twitter about, oh, I can't believe they're doing this, and it's the first week in November. And then it clicked to me, and I said, oh my God, what are we doing? Like, honestly, no shade. So they thought the Derek reveal was sweep worthy?
Well, I do know, you remember they got preempted too, so that could have thrown off their sweep schedule, because they did get preempted like twice, or was it 2 or 3 times that they had like a whole week off? Like at least twice, I know for sure. So that could have thrown it off. I'm gonna give them that little lifeline. That could have thrown it off because of the preemptions, and they didn't know that they were going to be preempted, because she was even like, because like when my friend reached out and was like, why are we preempted, and she didn't even know why. Like, so I do think that might have been, a thing too.
So I'm gonna take that away from you because they celebrated Halloween the day before Halloween
Okay,
on the show.
I'm out here trying to give her a lifeline. I don't really care if you want to like cut the cord. I don't care. That's up to you. Like
I mean,
I was trying though. I was trying.
I
I'm
think
sorry,
it's
girl.
the
I
new
tried to have
writers.
you. Look, girl, I tried to have your back. Never mind.
I think it's the new writers because not only is the so okay, maybe they're misfiring. The people on the show think these is great. Well, I can't see how they think these are great, but maybe they think okay, we could fill this until we get to the big thing, whatever they're gonna do, because sweeps will go on for another 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, it
it's
will.
Maybe,
Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought it was
but
just
like,
one
like
week.
a
I
three
hope they
three and a
don't
half
think.
week period.
But I hope they don't think this dull secret of Vernon's is going to be a good part of Sweeps because I'm sorry, I already told y'all his secret was going
That
to be
ain't it
boring as
either.
crap.
Yeah.
And look at God. Wasn't I right? I told you his secret was going to be boring, y'all. And look how boring it is. He's
Yeah.
taking voice
He's getting
lessons.
singing lessons. Yes.
Like, who cares, sir? Who cares, Vernon Luther
Well,
King?
I like that they're staying in the cuteness, and I like that we're all like, "Whoo!" There was a collective sigh of relief with that Vernon is not cheating.
Not for me, girl. You know I be liking like the drama.
I
So
want
I'm
him
like,
to
y'all
cheat on
boring
his
me.
taxes. I want him to secretly work with Joey to get people unalive. I'm fine with all of that, but do not
Yeah.
go cheating with your old behind. You are 80. Go sit down.
Right,
I just
right.
at this point he can go bake cookies with them kids and leave me alone. Like I just need like I have no use for any of this right now. Like you want to sing a holiday song, boy, you better buy a Hallmark card and sit down and leave me alone. Like I'm
But
tired.
they also have the Haley story queued up that this is just wasteful.
Yeah, like I yes, please, DG Arnold. Yes, Vernon, please. Vernon Luther King can take several seats, okay? Like I really just I don't be having no energy for him or Anita Child. I don't have it for them.
Oh no. Well, I will say, and to piggyback off Sky, and hey D, I saw you come in. Yeah, honestly, that was one of the worst parts about Monday's episode was Anita and Vernon. And it was, and I hate to say that, but it was just slow. It was
Yeah,
just, and the fact that she got him over here doing seat in charge, I just felt like there
right,
was so much more we could have done with that
right.
10 minutes that they got in that episode. That that was one of the reasons why I turned
Y'all
it
have
off.
It
a
was complete
like y'all
filler.
have a whole menace moving in across the street, and you out here talking about singing lessons and doing
Right.
seating charts. Like y'all got a whole menace moving in across the street. Like I just feel like a lot of their things are being wasted on stupid stuff when you got a whole maniac moving in across the street that you didn't gave money to. Like you just funded your own headache, and you out here talking about seating charts. Like get out my face.
Right.
And
Xavier said,
I don't think they need to worry anymore because she's friends with Ted now, and so everything will be okay with Leslie because she's friends with Ted.
Oh yeah, she's somebody's main character for
Yeah,
now
they
until
don't
he
need to worry
steps out
about
with a
it.
new woman.
Yeah.
Like until he steps out with a new woman, and then she's
right.
gonna go crazy. But then she'll be that woman's problems, even though y'all funded her. So she'll be that person's problem that y'all, paid for, bought and paid
So
for by you.
So, Sky, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to address this because I know this is your show. So, Xavier said GH hasn't had a good sweeps in a while.
GH has
They
gotten
they
better in
are
the past
they
year.
they had a good week.
GH has gotten better in the past year because they did do a writing shakeup like about a year ago, and they have gotten better in the last year. Before that, they were having some struggles, but this past year has been like they've been firing on all cylinders ever since they did the writing shakeup, the big writing shakeup.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give him that. Yeah, last year wasn't all that. Like last year, they had a few struggles, but this past year, ever since they did that big shakeup with the writing room, yeah, we in that thing.
Didn't the writer on Beyond the Gates, Ron Cavallati, come from GH?
No, he's been at GH, and he came from Days though. So he
Oh,
was last
directly
at
he came
Days,
from
and
Days.
he was there for like for years over a day. I can't even remember
Oh
the
yeah,
amount
he
of years.
wasn't. I knew he was on Days. I just didn't know like immediately
Yeah,
he was coming.
yeah. He left Days and came to Gates. So I think
Okay.
like a lot of them they've been kind of bounced around between different shows. Like they've all been on like the major
Yeah,
four.
Jamie Giddens was writing for Days.
Mm.
His shows on Days that he wrote for is still running while he's on Beyond the Gates. He also has shows that he did for Sisters, Tyler Perry
Mm.
Sisters. It's just it's very intermingling.
No comment.
Oh. So El Michelle says sweep goes to Thanksgiving, so they have time. Thank you for that, because I was worried, y'all. I said this is not it. I said don't be expecting no type of Emmy nods, because I wouldn't give nobody no awards for this shit. Cleo said, you said I don't see them getting no awards.
Yeah, with what they're putting out right now, I see y'all getting swept by GH this year if this is the way you want to continue to go. But I mean, they have time to improve because GH has been it's been so good. Like, even characters that I don't care about, they've been giving me something, even for the people I don't care about. But I will give Gates this. Today, I did feel like they gave me stuff even for the people I didn't care about today. Like, today, I actually was engaged more than I have been. And, I don't ever see it for that girl and that boy.
Yeah.
I don't like to say their names because the more I say their names, the more they show up in front of my face.
Unfortunately, we're gonna be talking about DNA a lot tonight. I can keep it to DNA, but damn it, correct.
Why do we? Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. I was.
What else we gonna talk about?
This was good because it came to a sort of
a close.
I don't know if it's a conclusion because I think she's running back to him. We could get into that.
I think she's gonna keep trying to pursue Andre. Honestly, I think she's gonna keep trying to pursue. And I for what I got today, it felt like the opening to her and Naomi's breakdown of friendship. Because in the beginning, when Naomi first came over, I was a little skeptical because I was like, "Girl, you really getting on my nerves. Because why are you telling her all your mama's business like this?" And then when she got to the end of the story and was like, "Okay," and with that being said, don't play with my mama. Don't play with her relationship. If he wants you, he can come to you, but don't play with my mama. And I was like, okay, you got a little bite to you. Because I was calling her Mother Naomi Teresa, child, because I thought she was going to really get on my nerves.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, I really am aggravated by this. I'm really, really mad because she was like really flipping out on like Jacob and them and whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that too. But she flipped out on Jacob and was like, "Well, I want Ashley's side." And I'm like, "You want Ashley's side right now, but wait until Ashley start trying to kick your mama's husband, and then what we gonna do?" So I was very, very like aggravated with her at first, but then when she brought it around and was like, "Listen here, don't play with my mama."
Right.
And I was like, okay, now I'm seeing the video. And I honestly, ever since the little alleged pregnancy or we thought we were pregnant thing, I've actually been enjoying Naomi because she has a lot more than just her little boring exterior of meddling in people's business and trying to play social worker. So I've been enjoying her ever since she thought she was pregnant. And then that man played in her face and told her, he wants kids all of a sudden. So I've been enjoying her because she's been snapping at everybody, and I'm loving it because we needed something like that from her.
I'm exactly opposite. I love Naomi.
I was gonna say
she is annoying the hell out of me. I'm like, make up your mind, girl. Like, you getting on my nerve. I know you getting on his nerve.
Like, the regular her annoyed me because she was just she was too much of a do-good. Oh, I want to go social work.
That's who they are together. The do-goods.
They're the do-goods.
And that's why I love that she's not that anymore, because now I can finally enjoy you without this sense of morality looming over us, and we don't have to be worrying about you out here trying to go reunite more crackheads with children. And
I knew it was gonna come up.
Like, I ain't got to worry about you going somewhere under the bridge and pulling a trick out. Like, I don't need no more of this.
I can't wear. Hey, Jeremy. He thinks the next big event is going to happen at the big benefit.
It's going to go down. Yeah, it's definitely going to go down at that event.
Is happening, right? Because
I think it's Christmas. I think that's the whole holiday thing.
Oh, okay.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, it's going to be a Christmas thing. So that'll be.
I know you were trying to figure out like what, like. The 200th episode is when season 2 was going to start. And so if season 2 is going to start in January, then there's not enough days, in the calendar to have episodes every single day.
I agree with you.
The new year. But I did think of something, Treese. Traditionally on Thanksgiving, soaps aren't played.
Right, they're gonna take probably a break for Thanksgiving
and Christmas too. Christmas too. Usually they don't do
Christmas Day
and New Year's Eve
and New Year's Day and New Year's Eve is bowl days. So they do have like at least 5 days. They're not getting anything anyway.
Right. I mean, I don't know. Look, I ain't the best with math. I don't know how many days is left in the year, but I know we at episode 157. Now I'm 167, so we only got about 40 more.
Yeah, and it's what about
Because
50,
what, it's
60
30 days,
days?
what, 30
33.
days in November? So, and
Yeah,
if
and
you
there's
don't count the
28 days in
weekends,
a month that
right.
they would need to. Well, no, it's about 20 days in each month where they need to have an episode. So that's
Yeah, so
40
they're probably
days.
gonna have another
Yeah.
week where they don't do well.
Mhm.
Maybe not like a full week because they have those holidays, that they won't be doing.
Right.
But yeah, I did have more. I found some other things to actually talk about, and I was very ecstatic that I found these little gems. I'll be watching like for the small things, and none of it has anything to do with that. Thottie and her daughter. But because I don't be want to talk about them. Like I really just be want to act like they don't exist. That's how
It
I get
was
through my
heavy
day.
with them too, and I'm
Well,
unsure why
Yeah.
we had the same conversation on
and
Wednesday that we
I was
had
gonna say that,
on Monday.
Elaine, because I don't know if everybody was here when you said it, but
Yeah.
that for me, another reason. Okay, I could deal with Monday. That whole crying on the couch, I was so over it. Like I said, I had
Um,
checked out. But then to literally be in Orphe Jeans today, having the same exact conversation that you're gonna continue to try to pursue Ted and pursue this family narrative, even though he told you we just gonna be friends, is just beyond me and the delusion of it all. And it just the logic and the reasoning isn't logicking for me. So I just it
it's it's but also Eva sat at the table on Orpha Jeans and was
mhm.
like, he wants to have a life with me. He really wants to support me. He literally has been doing this since the beginning of May after the anniversary.
Well,
Right.
girl, he got mad at you for like
Don't
5 minutes.
tell me where this is, and somehow in November you're shocked that this is happening to you. Like it's just who wrote this? Did they not see the rest of the show?
It was annoying because girl, you literally have been living off this man until just now. You've been living off him since the night that you blew up his life. And to sit here and go, "Oh my god, he wants me to call him dad."
And he wants
I'm
to
like
have a relationship with me.
I'm
What
like,
have you guys been doing over the past 5 months?
no, y'all. The conversation when he goes, "I've been neglecting you to try to get my
Right.
marriage back," I
Oh,
just fell to the floor, y'all.
oh my
I was like, "Is he
God.
for
Oh my
real right
God.
now? What did you do to get a marriage back? You literally did nothing. You sent some dusty flowers and tried to fight a homeboy."
If I
Okay,
could throw something at my TV and not have it break, I would have.
I
I
was
got you,
just
Demarcus.
like, is he also smoking the same brand of crack that they smoke? Cause like, what do you mean? But you know what though? This actually aligns with why Eva is the way she is. Both of her parents are idiots.
Yeah.
Like, no, neither one of them out idiots the other. Like they're both idiots. Like complete and utter idiots. Ted is an idiot. Leslie is an idiot. Like the only one that's not an idiot is Kim Peaches. Like she's the only one that was like, girl, what? And that's because she's not of that bloodline. I told you it's rough. Can I cuss yet?
Yeah, no, yeah, you could cuss. We 23 minutes in. You good.
I'm like, I told you it's rough ass Barbara's fault. She produced that genetic
Not rough
spawn.
ass Barbara. That's what gets me. The rough ass Barbara.
Like she really took one look at that ashy ass baby and was like, can I please exit this world? Like you blaming Anita and you need to be blaming
Stop it.
yourself.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
that's bad.
Like, cause you noticed that she didn't exit this world until after she had Leslie, which Anita then was long gone by then. So you
Right.
not gonna sit here and blame that on Anita when literally you are the improper influence, girl. We're not blaming Anita for this.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm gonna need Anita to drop the guilt and get out my face, because girl, what you mean you doing a benefit in her name again? Didn't we already do this?
Oh
Didn't
my
we visit
God, that
this at the concert?
aggravated me. That aggravated the dog out of me. I was like, Anita, you already created a trust for this woman that in turn that has hurt your daughter, and you're now funding it. You just decided last Tuesday or whatever it was to stop putting money into it, and now we're having this whole fundraiser in the name of Barbara. What the are we doing? And hey, Marissa, I saw you come in. Hey, girl, welcome. But yeah, no, that just really agitated me. And hey, Corey, I'm sorry, I saw you come in too as well. Y'all just dropping it. Roy Faye, I'm sorry. I see y'all little by little, and I'm noticing. So if I didn't recognize you, charge it to my head, and I'm a heart. Hey, Sandra.
I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted, y'all. I'm just like, Anita, how much penance do you have to pay, girl? You might as well just go ahead and start a rough ass barber hospital wing or something while you at
They
Hey,
it. Like,
don't
can we just,
learn. They don't learn. Like, what has this gotten you?
girl,
You
she gonna
still
build a
have to be
monument.
this benevolent group of people, ever forgiving. And so let me just point out, on the one hand, they're sitting there doing this. Anita is trying to continue to give to Barbara's cause, even as they've all been penalized because of her giving nature. And then what do they show us? Nicole doing the very same thing with Ted. She's
mm-hmm.
being benevolent with Ted, even while he walks around with his newfound family and these people that hurt you and have threatened your children. But Nicole feels like she has to be benevolent also.
Oh, and you
Y'all know
would
who
talk
I
about that?
blame.
Unbelievably.
Y'all know who I blame. I blame Bernard Luther King for this.
Vernon Luther King. I can see that. But what, yeah, because Anita definitely will slap a bitch. Because that's Caprini Green will come out of her. But my whole thing is I just don't understand, like Elaine said, why we continue to feed into, like, let's just stop. Okay. It doesn't make
Mhm.
sense to feed into crusty ass Barbara or Ted and this narrative that, oh, I just have to be high. Because first of all, if you threaten my child, it's a wrap. That to me should have been a real ninja moment. And Nicole should have absolutely put her hands on Leslie. And the fact that we haven't seen her address that or come back to it since that happened is beyond me.
You know
Yes.
they don't allow her to have real life reactions. Like, girl, she got to be here, sit here, and be everybody's understanding whatever, while also ignoring problems that are right there in front of you with your own family. But you have to be knowledgeable about everybody else's thing and have sympathy and empathy for everybody, and then ignore the things that happen in your own family. Like, it's just, they're weird the way that they write these people, because they are literally like
Mhm.
so empathetic to everybody else's cause except for the cause
Right.
that's right there at the house. Like, girl, the call is coming from inside the house, Anita. The call is coming from inside the house, Nicole. The call is coming from inside the house, Vernon Luther.
Oh, and I don't
Like,
know if y'all saw the poll when y'all came in, but if you do get a chance to get register your vote, who is the worst parent, either Vanessa or Ted? That came from Jazz JAZ off Twitter. Thank you, Boo. You inspired me because I said that's a good question.
Yep.
And who would you? I said
um,
to me, I said Vanessa because I said at least Ted is taking care of one of his kids, whereas Vanessa said fuck them kids.
I'm gonna have to give this slight edge to Theodore, y'all, and just because you taking care of a kid who blew up your life and threatened your other kid. So,
Yeah, okay.
and you out here hugging up on the, and you were sitting here laughing and joking with the psycho who literally, dosed this girl with potassium, and also, she ran somebody off the road, and you sitting here kikiing with her. So I'm gonna have to give the slight edge to Theodore.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I think somebody said that earlier where they said Laura is more protective of the Duprees than they are.
I
Okay,
mean, they don't care about their own safety, but Laura don't care about her own safety either, because she was trying to be friend Eva. So, like,
okay. So can we talk about? We're gonna give Laura her 5 seconds of fame. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Laura, we don't give a damn about you or Dave. Let's just be honest. The fact that you done forgot that somebody done tried to unalive you, we don't know enough about you, much less Dave, to be concerned about your relationship. I'm sorry, I said it.
and
But this
listen,
is happening
Laura,
for a reason.
and then
This is
Laura,
happening for a reason.
I really don't care, Laura, because you sit here and you have been ignoring the things that happen with you, as far as this person, then bringing this person around you that literally tried to kill you. You. And even mention it no more, but you want to talk about Dave. Girl, get out my face. And then you trying to convince people to say with Ragley's head because you over here thinking about Dave. Girl, get out my face. Like, you and Kat,
Could
y'all were
Laura be
drinking from
the
the same
competition
Kool-Aid.
for Eva for Isaiah though?
I would hope not. I hope they don't waste all that man on either one of them. Honestly, if we're gonna be real, like, neither one of y'all deserve it. I'm just gonna say it. His voice is too deep and it's too sultry to be dealing with you basics. I'm sorry, I can't do
Who
it.
would you give him to?
Kat,
Really? See, Cat is a little too immature for him for those very
and
same
that
reasons. I would
and,
assume.
and that, but the thing is, though, she might be immature now, honey. She
I
might be
was getting
young, but
ready to
she
say
ready.
it. I
She
was
might be young, honey, but she ready
Yeah,
to give
I
him all
may
this
be
love.
young, but I'm ready. Hey.
Look, Demarcus then came in the chat and y'all turned into a music.
Listen, honey, to give him all this love, honey. She need a real
Okay.
man to learn how to. I think she needs a man with a little bit more experience to show her that over there is not what she think it is. And I think because I feel like they planted seeds with that. Because when she was peeping at that door and Chelsea was like, why are you looking at that door? I think they were kind of planting the seeds that maybe she does like him and just hasn't admitted it yet. And they also kind of gave us a little bit more insight to him, saying, okay, he was at the wedding, he made a scene at the wedding. We don't know what that was about. So they could have had a moment at the wedding that I don't know about yet, and they haven't told me yet, and I'm just trying to get into it.
I do
So,
love his voice, though. You are right.
oh girl, I can't even waste all that voice on Eva and
Him and
Laura.
Carlton.
Laura
Oh
be
my
walking
goodness.
around. Laura be walking around with a cardigan around her neck. I can't do it. No.
Laura gives me Clueless. Laura gives me like old school. If you know the movie Clueless, she definitely gives me that vibe.
I can't be doing it with Laura. She be walking around with a cardigan tied around her neck. I just can't. I cannot do it.
D said for real. I was like, what is Dave? Xavier said, I care more about Laura and Dave than I do Ashley and Derek. Well, there's that.
That's true.
I mean, like, girl, I care about the place cards for the winter ball more than I care about A and B.
A. Smith, welcome. Where was Dave when Laura was in the hospital? That part.
That is,
girl, knee deep in Eva, because you know Eva loved to go sleep with a person's man, honey. Ooh. You know, she stole her job. I wouldn't put it past her to steal her man too, child. Jobs and men are on the shopping block when Eva's around. She steal everything, baby.
Jeremy thinks Vanessa's putting her kids at risk by playing with Joey, and now she's working for him. And actually, Jeremy, I think that's why she was so adamant about sending. Well, she said F them kids, but I think that's why she was also so adamant about putting some distance between them, even though there's really not that much distance between Maryland and DC. But still, she's trying to put a little bit of distance so that they're not, involved or figure out.
I think she's setting Joey up. I feel like there's something more to this Joey thing. I could be wrong, but it just feels to me like she is, because you notice how every time they bring up Doug, that she has this look on her face, like she just got like, it gets really weird anytime they anytime he makes a reference to Doug, it's something weird that happens there. And I'm kind of like catching on to something. I hope I'm catching something. I hope I'm not just like not imagining things because I want it to be better. Mm-hmm. I hope I'm actually catching something that they're dropping for me to see, because she has this look on her face every single time. Because when he made that joke with Anastasia, it was like she looked like him, like she wanted to stab him. And I saw a flicker of "bitch, I will cut you" in her eyes. And I can't even see it. So I'm hoping. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I want you to finish what you're saying, but you just triggered my memory because I forgot Anastasia, whatever that girl name is. She came and served. I said we need more of her to come bring the people down. We need more.
She made her stuff count.
Okay, and I remember the last time she came, she was throwing her coochie at Ted. So I said, I remember her. Like as soon as she came back, I said, "Hey, girl."
Yeah, she is and that was what I was like, damn, why we couldn't have a family like built around her, because she would be fun and she would give them like a run for their money. Like she would really like be interesting to contend with from them, and not this other stuff y'all keep trying to tell me I'm supposed to care about. But but yeah, like, so when she was in there with Joey, I just saw a flicker of something in her eye. When he brought up Doug, it was like clearly she knew he wasn't like being, I kind of think that she has suspicions, and I think that's why she keeps trying to get her hands on more of his stuff, like get more access to his things, so that she can know the inner workings of him. Because like, what better way to take somebody down than to know everything about them, Mm-hmm. And so
it's Madam Vanessa to us.
Oh yeah, I call her Madam Vanessa. Bitch, better have my money, okay?
Roy Faye says she agreed with you. So I was with that plan that Vanessa was setting him up. And then I just was like, once this whole escort thing happened, I was like, I don't know if she's going to be able to do it, because I'm sorry. I don't think they dug deep enough, but I do absolutely believe that she is a sex addict.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I think that, and like we keep talking about Joey at his big age, as many pills as he pops, he can't be breaking it down like that. And I think her appetite is going to outgrow Joey, and she gonna start dipping in Diego again. I absolutely think that's what's gonna
You
happen.
see the how he was like, you mean one man is satisfying you, and it was like,
Right.
I don't think she want Diego though. Diego is a little too pushy for my taste. Like he really be getting on my nerves when he come on. If he gets a little too, he reminds me of those skeevy dudes that be like, you know, you want it, your mouth is saying no, but your body is saying yes.
he
Like
is
he's giving me that
male,
energy.
He is a male specimen that sells his product. So
well, he wasn't selling it to her though. He wasn't charging her because she was really like, what? He charges? I didn't pay for anything. I was like, not you getting the goodies for free, child. I'm dead.
Hey, see, thank you. You're going down the same rabbit hole that I started to go down. I think he's setting her up. Keep in mind, he said he left his wife because she was cheating. I remembered that. I remembered that when he was with this last today's episode, and I said, I said he's waiting for Vanessa to slip up, and you know Joey got eyes everywhere.
That is an interesting little thread.
The one thing I would think no is because he literally killed her husband just so he could have her. I mean, like,
but he also needs to see if he can trust her.
True.
Not even that. That's like some, in my opinion, that's like some grass that looks greener on the other side. And it looked good when Doug had it, and you know you wanted it, and now that you got it and you realize she's a whore, let's just call a thing, and then you're like, oh damn, this wasn't so cute and shiny, like it wasn't sunshine and rainbows, like Elaine would say.
I mean, she literally just turned around and she's like a pimp. She was a pimp. Like
y'all, I ain't gonna lie, her pimp mode is really giving me life because she really liked this job. Like she's motivated.
She is. She's like, oh no, I'm just making sure they're putting time in. Like, what is happening?
Girl, I ain't seen her sell a house in months. I ain't seen her sell a house in months, girl. All she cared about is pimping these hoes, okay? I ain't seen a good sis sell a house in months, child. Like, I was like, oh, not her being like actually natural at it. She was really like, yeah. She was like, yeah, bitch, better have my money. Like, I want my money on the first, not the second, not the third. It was really giving. I was like, okay, girl, you better get out. I literally asked her, I was like, girl, how did you feel when you saw the script? And you were like, they were like, Madam Vanessa. She was like, I cackled. I was just like, I bet you did, because I was like, when she was like, Madam Vanessa, I was like, ooh, it sounds like a superhero name. Hold on, are we getting a whole cape for this? Like, are we getting a cape? What is it?
Not whole cakes. Xavier said Joey knew Vanessa was a whore. That's why he wanted her.
Right.
But Kamara said Vanessa swinging from the chandeliers for real. Absolutely, I believe Vanessa. Like, for real, Vanessa is about that. The way Diego talked to her, and she'd be like, and oh, you want to play the French, and da-da-da. And I said, oh, Vanessa, you literally.
When she said, y'all, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, even though Doug was so busy at the hospital, that's why I think she's I just think, because even after that night that they had, and she was like, oh my God, it was so good. But she got on the phone a few minutes, like her appetite can't be satisfied.
Yes, it can't be quenched. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what though, y'all? When she said the line of, I don't do menages, I do management, bitch, I was on the floor.
Boss.
I was on the floor, like you could have just scraped me up. Like I was like, oh, I am getting my life here. I didn't even think I went here anymore. Like I didn't think I was gonna, find anything of joy here. And here I am, enjoying myself. Look at God.
Look at God.
I was just like, oh, this pimp era is gonna be everything to me. I love a good horror daytime.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we talk about at least the scene that moved me, y'all? I was up here ugly crying the other day.
If you talking about them tearless cries,
don't do that with the entree and Daddy. Oh my God!
He didn't have tear streaks. He was crying with no tears.
Oh my God! I was Andre ugly crying so bad.
Andre didn't cry, but Danny cried listening to the story, and it looked like she was wiping his eyes, and so that did it. So they did very well.
But he didn't have tears. She was wiping nothing, but she was wiping away intentions.
His voice shook.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll say this. I could give Andre smoke if Haley could produce a tear, but Haley can't produce a tear to save her
Not
life.
one.
So
Not
even when the whole girl was supposed to be having a miscarriage and couldn't
Girl,
cry.
that's because she faking. She can't cry when you
But
when you can't.
even the scenes where, and you know what's so funny? Now that we know what we know about Haley, and now that I go back and I talk about her lack of emotion and it all makes sense now because, like you said, she's been faking this whole time.
But remember,
Right.
Danny clocked that. Danny said, "Oh, God," because she'll cry to you, but not one tear will fall.
Right.
And then Danny leaves, and that happens, and not one tear falls. And the audience sees that she cries and drops into Bill's arms, and thinking, that Danny is this bully who came over to bully her, and not one tear falls. And so I also love the fact that Danny has clocked everything about her.
Well, not everything, because she don't know she poisoning that ass, and she also don't know
Well,
that she.
and now, too bad, she's moved on.
Right. That's
I mean,
unfortunately, as much as I love Bill, like I said, I'm not ready to do a fume for Bill. I'm not ready to do a
I
repass.
don't think they're gonna kill him. They can't kill him. He's one of the only tall people on cast. They can't kill him.
Not that just took me out. I can't.
Like, I was trying to find something else, but that's like my biggest one. Like, you can't kill him.
Well, no, I just really love Bill, like the actor, but as like the character, like he's so how they've written him is so dynamic, and while he's with
Yeah,
Danny and who he is with Haley and just with everybody else, I am gonna hold you. I've learned to love Bill, and
he's
I
one
used
of
to
the
talk dog shit about him.
he's one of the more fully fleshed out characters on the canvas. I will give him that because he really is very much he if Xavier, I just caught this comment and I can't even continue my train of thought. Like, I just really lost myself. This man said Elon is tall, Isaiah is tall, Martin's booty is tall. If you don't leave me
Oof.
alone, sir.
Xavier is the word. I'm telling you, he
My booty.
I mean, that ass do be sitting, but like, sir, how dare you
It's
distract me
high.
like this?
look mess
How dare you
around,
distract me like this?
Xavier. Oh, hey, Jonda. Yeah, mess around, Xavier. Come over to spaces. He'll really tell it.
Oh my god! Like, I got so distracted, y'all. I was trying. Oh, like, I have seen. I love Bill because we see who he is with Danny, who he is with Haley, who he is with his kids, and he's a very fleshed out character. Like, you see that he's flawed. You see that he has a ruthless side. You also see that he has a soft spot for some things too. So I really, really have enjoyed just seeing, the different sides of him.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I was. So, what do y'all think about this whole now that he's agreed to do the Forrester campaign, and we're supposed to be moving forward that, and they heading to LA, which I like. Because like I told y'all, I wanted to see the crossover. I absolutely did. I might
Well,
actually
we
tune.
actually get a crossover, and it's not just them out of town and they're doing something we don't.
Well, I hope that's what I'm hoping for. I'm until they tell me, oh, and I see them at the end of the bold episode, or they give me a preview with her and Ridge on bold or something. Andre, I ain't going over the bold, but I'm just saying I would like to see it, and CBS it would actually probably help bold, in my opinion.
I don't think they're going. I think they're going to do it off screen and tell us about it later.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Look at Princess. She said, I am at work, clocked in. 52 in the chat and only 35 likes. Something wrong with that picture. Hit the like button, please. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Princess.
That's right, boo.
Right. Jeremy said, are there more scenes at Forrester? I'd like to see a scene with Danny and Carter. Okay. I know Carter is the
Right.
black gentleman over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why
Yeah,
you
but he
saying
just
like
didn't
that,
know.
girl?
Mm.
Look, well, I guess Xavier answered it for you. B&B is awful this year. Maybe the crossover will help them, right? Because
Yeah.
the
Well, I
couple
doubt
episodes
that.
that I've seen, and they were supposed to be like real eventful, I was like, oh, I'm so happy I'm not watching this. Even if
The
it's only
events
Well,
are
the
not
thing
great
is, though,
because nobody
even with
cares about the events.
even with them being terrible, their audience is still
Yes, because
exponentially
they're
larger than
dedicated.
Gates. So there's no way that Gates can help B and B. I don't think. I think B and B could help
No,
Gates, but Gates
no.
can't help B and B.
Young and the Restless is the first in the ratings, and B&B is always second. Always. No one ever reaches.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna like. They wouldn't be able to help Gates. I mean, Gates wouldn't be able to help them.
Just John just said when Bill is considered one of the good ones, there is no doubt the rest of the dudes are trash. I mean, except Deputy Do Good because he gonna always do good.
So I mean, so Bill is not good, but Bill is not all bad and not all good.
Yeah,
I want Bill to get his just desserts. I want his face on the floor. I want him to be embarrassed. I want him to know that she took you for stuff and you made a fool of yourself by going after this person who was a con artist the whole time and you lost everything. I want that. But I don't want him off screen. I want to see
but
it.
I told you what I need from them. I need them to put Bill in a rest home after she gives him another stroke and put him in a rest home. And them kids have to go look for him and figure out where he is, where she done stuck him at, because they don't know where he is. And
Can I tell you, I love, even though I love Bill, and that's terrible, and I can't say F Bill, but I ain't gonna hold you. That's a good. I like that storyline. Like, and they really gotta go look for him.
I really need her to stash him away somewhere in there looking for him. And she's in a rest home, and he borrowing Derek's little wheelchair child. You know, he ain't gonna need it much longer. And they got him out there eating oatmeal, child, and applesauce with the little mental health patients. He out there in the little recovery home, and they don't know where he is.
The assisted living. Hey, Quay.
Yeah,
he will deserve everything he gets. Though.
Look, El Michelle said that would be good. Yeah, no, I'm not saying I don't want Bill to get what's coming to him. And actually, if you ask me, I think Joey's gonna come in and save him before Haley can actually take him.
Yeah, I think that I feel like it's going to be now. Let me tell you here.
And you know what though? I don't know if this is where you're going, but I think it's a favor owed because remember, Bill came and told him about Doug trying to rat him out. So Joey, not that he owes him a favor, but I feel like Joey's gonna feel inclined to tell Bill because Bill told him about
Joe, and I think Joey also him helping Bill, but actually have Bill in his pocket too, because again, he loves to be owed a favor, and so that would be another way to get Bill indebted to him as well. Right. And he also is very curious because Randy has already like basically, Randy has already, piqued his curiosity because he keeps lying and saying stupid things. And Joey's like, boy, I'm not stupid.
Bumbling.
So he is really piquing Joey's curiosity. And Joey already don't like Randy anyways. Like, he got you around. I think he's like, it's one of those keep your enemies closer kind of things. Because he doesn't trust Randy. He don't like Randy. And I really feel like he's keeping Randy around just because he knows you up to something. I really feel like he knows Randy's up to something. And so I feel like he would help Bill, not technically to help Bill, but to get back at Randy, to get back at Haley. Because number one, she tried to talk to him sideways too, and he was like, "Girl, don't think you can play me. You can't play me." And so it's like it would be one of those things where I think he'd do it. Number one, for Bill to owe him, and also for him to have something on them as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I love what Roy Faye said. What y'all think about this idea? Danny got pregnant with Andre's child, and then I believe
no, thank you.
Somebody says she should be in menopause.
No, thank you, please. I will tell you that Bill dropped that nugget one day. He said, and that's all we would need is for her to
get pregnant, right?
To get pregnant.
And I mean, I'm not trying to.
Where did that come from?
Right, and I'm not trying to be funny. Like, literally, there are, and unfortunately, once you're past the age of 40, it's considered a geriatric pregnancy. So, I mean, but Janet did it at 50 something, and we're assuming Danny's in her early.
Halle Berry did it,
right? So,
but the thing is,
it's absolutely feasible. It's just going to be probably a high risk. Jerry,
I would absolutely hate it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would absolutely hate it because there would be another example of her giving up something that she wants for another man. Like, she literally stopped her modeling because she got pregnant with Naomi. She stopped modeling and stopped doing all this stuff. She got pregnant, and like that's when Naomi was like,
but hold on, Sky. Now you just made me think of something. They dropped the nugget. Remember, Danny said when she was talking to Andre, and she said it was worse giving it up the first time. So imagine her having to give it up again for another child, because I assume that's what she means.
So like, she's talking about giving up everything. She's talking about her career and everything, because even while they wrote that she said that very thing, she was also in the next scene telling Andre, and I'll give it up for you because you don't like the spotlight.
And
I
see,
did
and
not
that's
like
another problem that
this
I
week.
have. I hate it
Yes,
when you
I
keep
did not
writing
like that
her to
this week.
give up things for men. Like you literally keep having Danny's whole universe centered around a man.
Right.
That has always been my big issue with all of this is because they have her whole universe centered around a man.
Yep.
First it was Bill, now it's Andre, and I'm not like today. I gave him his points because I'm glad he finally told Ashley, no, out of here or whatever. Like, girl, no. But it's just I feel like she is always written to be the character that gives up so much for a man. And I don't like that.
Right.
And I
I had a problem with that this week also because I was like, what? Where's this coming from? You were going back into modeling and you are this woman until this man comes and you just collapse in front of him. Like, I'm gonna give it up for you and it's because of you. And so can I say I know people like this and they drive me
yes.
nuts as well as
Mhm.
Danny.
And
And so this
Elaine,
is not untrue that people are like this, but it drives me equally crazy in real life.
And Elaine, it's just the fact that she's always all too willing to do it. Because you were like basically saying you weren't even really in love with him like that, and you already really willing to give up something like that for him already, and you weren't even saying that you love this man or you're in love with him. Like you're
Right.
saying you love him enough, but you're willing to give up something for him like this
Mhm.
again. And for me, it's just giving real pick me energy. I'm sorry, I be trying like to not to feel this with her, but like girl, sometimes you give me real pick me
Oh
energy.
no, not Danny is a man
Yes.
clown that's giving a Cardi B
So
tease.
I don't think
Xavier.
Danny is doing pick me energy, but I do think she's that type of woman that feels like I have to give him my all. And I think it's her personality that she thinks in a relationship this is what you do because she's
She's a
seen
Captain
Anita
Saver.
sacrifice herself for everything that she's
Well,
supposed to be for Vernon.
but Anita didn't give herself for Vernon though. She really like Anita is still doing other things outside of Vernon. Like she still
Yes,
has her
but it's
foundations
within
and
the
stuff.
confines of the marriage of what someone of society does. She isn't touring. She isn't an entertainer anymore. But so everybody who's getting pieces of what their parents went through are getting warped pieces. The same thing is happening to Naomi. Naomi has this warped piece of what happened to her parents, and what happened in her mind, what happened to my parents is because of me. But because the children came along, my mother gave up her career, she's unhappy. My father sacrificed everything, and we barely saw him. And the end was the destruction of both of them. And look, it was all because of us. So everybody has these warped senses of what happened in their parents' relationship that's not actually true. And they are running around like ducks with no head because they are slightly wrong about their take on what happened in their parents' relationships.
Hmm.
Now, and to your point, Elaine, I do think that, like you said, there's a because even with look Kat and Nicole, I think Kat is so determined to keep Tomas because she does feel like it's very similar to what her mother went through with Leslie, and so it's a thing for her where I can't lose to Eva. I
Right.
can't lose, so I have to. Even though, again, I've said it many times, I don't even think she really liked that man like that. I've
You
said it.
said wait, who don't like what now?
I don't
Cat
think
don't
Kat
like
really
Tomas.
feel like Tomas like that. I think
Oh
it's
no, she definitely don't like him. No, it's just I think it's just one of those things like
She
she
definitely
is
don't like
he's her first, and so she's thinking, oh, I got to stick with this because I didn't already gave him, the V,
him. Right.
and so it's like she is trying to stick this thing out and make it work and fight for it because she gave him her virginity and don't want to feel like that's a waste, and then also
Right.
it's oh, it's something Eva can't have that I have that I can't that she
Right.
can't take away from me because I'm not gonna let her have it. And I was like, girl, but sometimes you gotta give like sometimes when a person wants to take a burden off your hands, you let them have it, honey. Like don't
right.
fight for
Yeah.
don't fight for this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For all those, anyone that's interested, I know Jonda, if you're interested in coming up, I did drop the link. Just please be respectful, or the ladies with the wrench and men with the wrench will get your ass out of here. Okay. So Please forgive my. Oh, okay. Jeremy said Tomas isn't worth Kat or Eva's time. I completely agree. Don't
He's worth
nobody like
Eva's time.
Tomas, right?
Look, he's worth Eva's time because Eva is on warped hood rat thrift store time. He is absolutely worth her time. I think she deserves him. If anybody in this world deserves Tomas, it's Eva.
Okay. So you know what I thought about you, Sky, and I know you're gonna hate this, but that outfit that she wore when they went down to the Orphe jeans, that little sweater joint that she put on, I thought it was super, super cute. Hey, Jonda, I see you backstage. Do you want to be on camera? You can turn it off if you want to. It's totally up to you, babe.
You and this charity work you like to produce out here for this girl.
Don't do that. She looks so good. I was like, go ahead, even with the half sweater to cut off. And then she had, I don't know. I liked it. I said, usually I'm not here for Eva's outfits, but I said, okay, it's cute. Xavier
Eva
said,
do bring it cute sometimes. I have liked some of the things that she wears. I mean, our constant slave for the young girls to me, because it's classy but sassy, is consistently Kat. I do like Chelsea, but sometimes I guess because Chelsea is supposed to be a former model, sometimes they try to make it too interesting to the point of looking kind of stupid. But to me, Kat is the most consistent for that young set, and then the older set, of course, it's got to be Nicole. Danny sometimes, but again, I think Danny they try to do too much again
yeah,
because of
yeah.
that whole model thing, and then
Yeah.
it crosses over to being goofy. But she's fly as hell.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's a little, but she fly. But Nicole, I like the professional girls with some sex appeal, and Nicole gives that because those fits be fitting every curve.
Every girl.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, she had me out here like looking sideways at myself when she was in here talking to Jacob. I was like, girl, you supposed to have all this leg out in the middle of the ocean like
Okay,
this?
Nicole, and then the materials be looking like rich clothes. I love it.
Right. Like
It
that.
really does. It looked like when you say
Um,
clutch my pearls, those ought to be the pearls, honey. Like,
Right.
yes.
And then you,
um,
and it's like Vernon said, can you really blame Carlton for
Right.
coming after
okay,
you?
yeah, and I also love that Kat and Chelsea, and I would imagine probably Eva, because I'm sure the same person is kind of dressing them. You can consistently find their stuff on Fashion Nova. So my daughter,
Yeah.
who's a little itty bitty like Kat, I've gotten her several of their things, especially the cutout heart jeans with the holes in the hearts.
Yes.
It took 3 months of them being sold out, but we finally got them.
Okay,
That's
so hold
nice.
on. Let me ask y'all. Deirdre has a question for y'all. Question. So if Danny was home doing all the things with the kids, house, etc., why was Bill stepping out, and why was she continuously accepting it? Ladies, you
Low
want to
self
weigh
esteem.
Oh, you know I'm a weigh in, but y'all go first
in?
because I know some Danny.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a lot of them have low self esteem. That's all I can gather. Because like you gave up your life for him, and then you let him do this to you. It's got to be low self esteem. Because like, girl,
She lost herself. What I think it is she forgot that
yeah,
she was that girl. I
Right.
think sometimes, especially when you get in long-term relationships, and especially after you have kids, you forget who you were before
Yeah. She
all
said
that happened. And
So
so I'm sorry, go
oh, go
ahead.
ahead. No, go.
No, so I think that it's more to Deirdre's question. I think it's more about that is that she lost herself in a man and wrapped up in her kids and life. And yeah, she knew he was cheating, but like we said earlier, I think that Danny has a concept based off of what she was taught from her parents in a loving relationship, that was something she was supposed to stick through.
right.
And as long as he ain't bring no babies home or leave her, because like she said, he had been cheating and she had been turning the other way, but he still came to church every Sunday, apparently came to Sunday dinners. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know but I will say that she lost herself in that man, and she thought that that's what marriage was supposed to be until she actually got in one where the man loved her more than she loved him.
Right.
Okay, so I am a woman of a certain age. Not that I'm not proud of it, but in the age range that Danny and Bill are sort of supposed to be, given I guess if we base it on the ages of their children. And so what I have found, especially because I mean these are my peers that are going through these and dealing with these. So yes, I do. So I agree with little pieces of what all of you said, especially the losing yourself in the entire thing. This is not just the fact that she lost herself in the man or the kids, but this is a life that she built. And so it's one of those things where older women, I never forget, I was in, me and my bestie, we were in our late 20s, early 30s, newly married, the whole thing, and talking about, well, if my man ever did, those conversations. And so her mother and her godmother, and she has substantially older parents, these women in their 60s said, well, you know what? When you reach our age and you have built a life, and I'm not saying that this it's the right thing to do, but this is part of that perspective.
No, I agree with you. That's accurate. That's
You
accurate.
have built a life, and you look at that, and you're like, I am not going to lose everything that I've built, and it may not necessarily be about your esteem. We know Danny thinks a whole hell of a lot of herself, but it's about not losing all of those things you put together and combine that. And let's remember with Danny, compared to some of these other women who can't stand the man, but again, don't want to lose the life. Danny is that combination that's probably a little bit rare, is in that not only does she not want to lose what she built and that this man is doing and stuff, she genuinely loves that man's dirty drawers. Danny actually is in love with that man on top of the life. So I think that makes it even more complicated, because a lot of times when we see women in these situations, they might be in love with the idea of being in love.
Right.
But if they really reflect on it, they don't really love that mofo anymore or whatever. But Danny loved that man dirty draws plus all of those other factors. So, which I think makes her character obviously much more interesting, because that's why you get the shoot 'em up wedding.
And I agree. I to piggyback off that, Elaine talks about it a lot, but yeah, they were married for a long time. But even when the scenes when they show us her and Bill and the memories, and she knows that man better than she knows her damn self.
Yeah. And she didn't just build their family, she built him.
Yep.
Which is a whole other level of investment. This isn't you just making it so that he could go to work like a lot of women, which is still part of helping him become the CEO, because then he ain't got to worry about home. But hers wasn't just he ain't got to worry about home. Hers was paying the lease on the freaking building so that he could have a law office. So it's like everything with her, which again, I think is great for the writers, because it speaks to Danny, because as we see, Danny does everything on 150.
Right.
So even her love for her husband was 150.
Right.
Her building his career alongside him was 150. That's a lot to lose, and combine that with, at the end of the day, you really do like that mofo.
And he likes her. And let's not forget, we're getting glimpses of why he stayed for 30 years. I know people online have been speculating that, he used her. Not for 30 years.
I think he really loves her. I've always thought that he was more trying to get away from the family than trying to get away from her.
Yes.
I thought that she was collateral.
Men do go through midlife crises, right? And Haley strokes his ego. Danny,
you can love somebody and be tired of them at the same time.
Yeah. Danny doesn't need Bill. She wants Bill. But men like to be needed. And Haley needs Bill.
Or you know what, y'all? I really thought his dynamics with Vernon kind of gave me a lot, because like when he would talk about his dynamics with Vernon, I really thought that when he divorced Danny, I thought she was just collateral damage in him trying to like get his lick back at her, because he always felt like Vernon didn't accept him. He didn't appreciate him. He didn't treat him like, the son that he wanted to be treated like. So I really thought that a lot of things that he did to hurt Danny were more to hurt Vernon because Danny was obviously Vernon's favorite. And so, what better way to hurt him than by hurting his daughter? I don't even think it was about hurting Danny. I think it was more about hurting Vernon than hurting Danny.
I
Because
And he was a cheater.
I've always felt like,
no,
And
she
he
said
was
he
a
was a
cheater.
cheater. Yeah.
Bill was probably a pretty Kappa.
Oh no, he said he was a Kappa. Yeah, he was out there.
Oh yes, he oozes Kappa in them streets.
Yes. Can I
If
ask
he
y'all a
wasn't a
question?
Kappa, he was a Q. One or the other.
No, he's definitely a Kappa. Can I ask y'all a question? And I love what Xavier said, and I always hear this, so I gotta ask the ladies in the chat and on the panel. So Xavier said that's why I'm not Bob the Builder. I ain't building nobody for their future person. And so I've heard this a lot. When you take a man and you build him up, more than likely we've seen he leaves the person that builds him up and goes with somebody who has not done nothing, don't have nothing. And it's just, I don't know, that is a thing. And I guess I'm more of a Danny personality where let's build together. I'm not going to build you up, but let's build together. But unfortunately, they say that's a thing. The men say that's a thing, and the women say that's a thing. You build them up.
Oh yeah,
and that ain't just with the brothers. You see that with the others as well. Hello, you better go back old school and watch the Betty Broderick story. That is why she rolled up in that house.
He
in that
gaslit the
bedroom
crap out of that
on
woman.
him. And yes, he did, and that's why he rolled up. She rolled up in that house on him and his wife. And then there was the other one, the chick in New Jersey who ran homeboy over with the car. But they was both literally the same thing. Plus, I love Snap, but both of them was literally the same thing. I'm working as a waitress while you in medical school,
Right.
and all of that. I done had the kids, and now I look like an old hag because I'm tired. And you go out and you get Blondie and move into the house in Malibu, and you Disney dad, and y'all having fun and this and that and the third. Yeah, I might lose my mind and take you out. I won't, but better
This is very I was your lover and your
For
secretary.
Terry. Bernadine.
Yes, we
Xavier
seen
said it earlier.
Bernadine, honey. Bernadine.
Bernadine.
Bernadine was our black version of Betty Broderick, except she didn't go to jail.
Y'all, I had this guy that I dated for like many, many years before I met my husband, and he was like that. Like he wasn't ambitious. He wasn't, because his dad like had money. His dad was an ex athlete or whatever, and he just didn't really have any ambition. Like I was like, okay, do this, do this, do this. Like we can do this, do this, and then he goes off and just was doing anything he wanted to. Like I don't deal with him now, but like he's on his second marriage, and I'm still on my first. But like we all do. We've all been there. I feel like we've had those situations where we have wanted more for somebody than they wanted for themselves, or put so much into somebody more than they put into us. And we have to learn from it. So I feel like that's the thing with Danny. Like she put a lot into Bill. And I don't think it was all for nothing, because I do think he did love her. I think that
he
still loves her. And I think that he still loves her. I think that more of his thing was like because his issues are clearly not really with Danny, because he's like, I love that she was crazy, baby. I love him crazy. He loves that, but I
clearly
think a
loves
lot
crazy.
of it. Right. I think a lot of it was that she was a little, even with her quitting everything for him, she still wasn't completely dependent on him. Like she had her own stuff, because he even explained it this week when Haley was asking him about the money. He was like, well, Danny has her own stuff. She's set for life. She don't have to worry about anything. And that's another thing. Like she has her own thing still. Haley has nothing, no family that he knows of. No money, no background, no breeding, no nothing. So he has a person that he can take and make her be whatever he wants her to be. He can't do that with Danny, because number one, she is already a made woman, and she got that family that's annoying as hell in the background. We're Duprees, we're this, we're that. I feel like a lot of that was really to get back at them. I really, really do. Like I've always felt that about Bill.
Because Danny doesn't just have the money, but she also has the pedigree. So there was layers to it. And the other thing, I think we obviously, all we can do is speculate about the courtship, or whatever we want to call it, the nasty ship with Haley, because the show started and they were already together. But if we were to just kind of guess and just kind of put our own ideas to it, if you look at what they have told us about Haley, that she came as this obviously fake, but now we know fake sort of orphan, and the daughter's downtrodden best friend that they pretty much took in because she ain't had no family or whatever. So then you add that to her probably doing her little seductive piece because she worked at his job and he saw her every day with her little cheap hoe clothes and stuff. So it was perfect for a man's ego because not only is she cute and she trying to cuddle up to him, but she also pitiful. She needs you to like do stuff for her, give
She
her a
needed him.
family.
She needs him.
Exactly. She was needy to the max, not just I need you because I love you, but I need you because I ain't got nothing. Because he got to know the whole background because she did her game was to me 10 times more disgusting because she used his daughter as
Yep.
well. I mean, it's one thing to work at the job. I mean, mofos have relationships at their jobs all the time. That's where people have affairs. But to go into the family, man, she need her behind whooped for that. And I'm not even talking about the fact that she's trying to kill him. I'm saying I'm on some daddy ish that she should have whooped his behind, and that just makes me side eye miss Mrs. Do Good because to me, she should have whooped her behind on some friendship stuff. Danny should have never had to whoop Haley's behind because if that was my so-called friend and you mess with my daddy and by default hurt my mom ain't got to do nothing because I would have whooped your ass on sight because
I
you
agree.
used me.
But
Look,
did y'all notice how when she said she researched these men and gave them what they wanted, she really looks at you and thinks that you're a person that wants somebody who's like this. She looks at you and thinks, oh, he needs a dumb damsel who he can rescue and pluck up and go, oh, poor me,
Oh,
lucky
yeah,
me.
you're right.
Because she said that, yeah. Because
Oh,
she
you
said
so right.
that she researched him. So for her to think that that's what you need, she really thinks very low of you to think that that's what you need to be attracted to, and it worked obviously. So she was right about you.
Because she already knew he was a cheater. I'm sure everybody in the office know that he's a cheater. It don't sound like he was discreet. If your wife know, everybody know.
I still
So,
think he smashed. I still think he smashed
I
his
still think he
Caroline.
slept with Caroline. Yeah, I still think Caroline was his bottom.
Yeah.
oh, she probably was. That's because Caroline, she too pressed. I feel like even if I feel like Caroline is that one. It's that pitiful one that dudes who are serial cheaters. There's always that one. If they in between chicks, they know that there's one dumb one who will open the door.
Yep.
That's Caroline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's ever going to come out, but that's how I'm looking at her.
I agree. I look at her the same way.
Yeah,
She too pressed.
like she was sitting there talking all that about Danny. Like, how are you talking about Danny when she was the one who was hurt? Like, Danny was the one who got cheated on.
I don't think
How are
she
you talking about
Danny because of who Danny is. Danny is so much higher than both her and Haley. I think she finds affinity with Haley because she's just like Haley, but I don't think they slept with each other left yet. I think she's obsessed with Bill.
Yeah, it's something. And you're right. Even if she did, it's still something not. It's something not sitting right. It's like I don't know if maybe that's something they got on the back burner, which I would like. Give us some layers. If we don't have to look at her ass, give us a storyline. But she takes too many liberties.
The fact that
she's
Danny
a little too involved
to use Caroline to dig at Haley, that Danny knows that I could say, "Do you think it's Caroline?" And
yeah, I think so too because that I've noticed that too. When Danny said something about is he messing with Carol? And the fact that was the first name that she threw out, I said, nah.
I think she slept with him. Yeah, I think she slept with him definitely.
Yeah,
I've always said that, though.
I don't think she slept with him.
at the wedding.
Danny piqued her obsession with him.
No, but hear me out, Elaine. I think she slept with him because Danny gives me the vibe that she was one of those. I let him cheat in peace. I think she clocked all the pictures that he was in, but I don't think she said anything.
I think she don't care about Caroline because she was like, "Oh, he'll never leave me for Caroline." So I don't think he cared about her. I do think he slept with her.
And we gotta realize, and I love Danny. Y'all know that's probably my top character. I do love Danny, but we gotta remember she was not leaving Bill. Bill left her for Haley, and that's what really fucked her up. She was gonna continue to deal with his transgression.
Yeah.
for sure. But guys, I'm gonna head out because I'm in my car because I'm out in these DC streets, and
Oh, have fun, Candy. Any
I, I
streets?
I am out just briefly, and but I love this. I love the show. I love you guys. You're all so awesome. And Treese, I will get with you because we got to make trial plans, arraignments tomorrow.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I didn't know you were local. We got to link up.
Oh, absolutely. I practice. I practice here in Northern Virginia. So I live in Northern Virginia. So but I practice all over Northern Virginia. My loft's in Alexandria. So yeah. So I'm right here. So absolutely.
If you don't follow me on Instagram, just hit me on Instagram, Twitter, one of those. DM me, and yeah, we'll get to talking. Let's do it.
Yeah, because we got to hit up Karen's hotspot. I know we talked about that.
Oh yes, we got to go to Tally Ho.
Yeah, but Wendy's arraignment, Wendy and Eddie's arraignment, unless they moved it, their arraignment is tomorrow morning.
Oh, I did not know
yeah,
that.
I had planned to go, and then I had a court appearance that came up, and so unfortunately I can't go. But it's just an arraignment. It'll be a quick in and out there, and they'll enter their pleas, and then we'll find out like when the real court dates are going to pop off.
Okay, well, let me know. Definitely hit me in my DMs. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us.
All right, and I will log into the Maryland system tomorrow so that I could try and find out some stuff early. I know it'll be reported, but I'll try and log in from.
Oh, I love court documents, girl. Please send them over. All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
I love court documents.
I do. Okay, so sorry, y'all, that we went off on some Real Housewives of Potomac stuff, but back to Beyond the Gates, and I appreciate Jonda for coming up. She's always a pleasure. So, y'all, I know we briefly touched on it, but let's get into it. The breakdown of the breakdown, which was most of this week, which was Ashley, Derek. And can I just say, first of all, let me start off. I got to go on my rant. Jan is a piece of mother, okay? Because there is no way that you are going harder for this. And honestly, I feel like, and we just literally got off this topic, Jan is one of those women that because she doesn't have a man, she feels like having a piece of a man.
Right.
And so she's trying to encourage her daughter to be with this man that she just learned lied to her, manipulated her, just to trap her into a marriage. And she's like, girl, you sure you don't want to reconsider? Ma'am, what the fuck are we doing?
But listen, Treese, let me jump in here and stand in defense of my good sis Jan.
Oh,
she had multiple points now. She had multiple points when she told Ashley, y'all was lying to each other. It wasn't just him lying to you. Y'all was lying to each other because you jumped up and proposed to this man knowing you wanted somebody else.
True.
And I had to stand with Jan on this because, like, girl, if you really, really wanted this man and he had been overhearing you talking to Andre all the time, like, his little corny ass would have never been that insecure enough to be out here lying to you like he was if you wasn't out here lying to him first. Like, you lied to him first. He asked you multiple times, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? You were not sure. You lied to that man. You played in his face first. So I didn't mind him getting his lick back. And I kind of stood with Jen when she was like, listen, you are literally, why would he feel like he needed to lie to you? Why would he feel like he needed to do this? Because you basically set up a precipice of y'all lying to each other because you lied to him in the first place when you proposed to him. You knew you didn't want that man. You know you only brought yourself back because he had an accident, and he didn't even ask you to come back. You asked him. So
I did feel like that.
I had to stand up in defense of Miss Jane today. You know I don't like her, but I had to stand up in defense of her in that aspect. Like, now, yeah, she was wrong to try to encourage her to go back. Like, you know, she does. Like, I get that. Yes, he was insecure, whatever. I don't feel like his lie was bad enough because he still can't walk. Like, he is still in the chair. He can't walk. He stood up. He can maybe stumble. Girl, he been falling on his face more than anything else.
No, but really you know what he did? Ahead. He gave her a reason. He gave her a reason.
Yeah, she was looking for a reason.
She was looking for a reason. And I think we are all good and grown enough and have been in relationships. We know when our relationship is on the brink of destruction. Right. And the last thing you want to do is give a mother a reason to say, bitch, I'm done. Especially if you still want to be in a relationship. Right.
And she was looking for an out and he gave it to her. But like, the thing is, he shouldn't have had to look for it out. You should have just never even proposed to me. You should never
Right.
went back to him when you knew you could have been his friend and helped him out. Because she's like, you let me take care of you. You let me do all this and this and that. I'm like, even if you knew he had a feeling in his legs, you still gonna have to do all that because he can't walk, girl. What are you talking about? Like, you were really blowing it up. Like, this man is out here going and standing in front of the stove and making full-fledged meals while you out here slaving, over the stove like he could do it himself. Like, girl, you were really like blowing it up. Like, he's still immobile. He's still in that chair. Like, he can't walk. What are you talking
Yes, like,
about?
and she act like he could walk, and he hid that. He just is having feelings because he's still rolled up in the bar today, and he's looking in his wheelchair. Like, dude,
Right. And the first thing you did when he left the house was call somebody else. So, girl, I don't really feel like you got the right to be acting the way you acted because, like, the first thing you did when he left, he didn't roll his little sad self
was
out of there.
poor Andre.
And the first thing you did was text somebody else's husband.
Or try. She
And
ain't taking him.
and the no, I said
She ain't
text.
taking him. She
But
tried.
no, I said text. I said she texted somebody else's husband. But the audacity of you thinking, oh, I'm gonna go after this married man, whether you believe their situation or not, they're still married. You going after this man, talking about some. I know the timing is bad. She really just thought he was gonna cave and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me, you really think that highly of yourself? Like, you are annoying as hell. Like, do you really think this highly of yourself? Like, who told you all this about yourself? Like, who told you to have this kind of confidence in yourself?
No,
Like,
now that's one thing I gotta say. Now, if Ashley feels away and thought that she could come spin the block, it's because one, he said my marriage is not that serious. Two, he's been telling her, which I can't understand because it's milk. When you have a whole steak with good season, when you got Ruth Chris, why would you go to Logan Steakhouse? No shade, I like Logan's, but I'm just saying, why would you or Texas Roadhouse if you could have Ruth Chris? And
listen,
he had Ruth Chris, and he said, "Oh, this is juicy and tender and good and seasoned, and this over here is milk toast." And I do not know. And so, no, girl, I know I spoke life into you and made you feel, but like any man, my representative showed up. I was trying to get something from you. I told you what you needed to hear. I built you up, and then you told me you didn't want me, so I moved on and built somebody else up.
Yeah, because
but
she
listen,
really treated Andre poorly. Remember when she brought him in and they went through this whole thingamajig of telling him how they found each other, and he had tears in his eyes before they went off and got married. I was like, what is happening on my screen? Because he had tears in his eyes because what they really needed to do was tell Andre how they had found each other again and are really getting married. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. So I'm glad that Andre finally found his mind today to sort of stand up and say, "Nah, I'm not. I feel bad for you, but I'm over here."
And I hope he sticks to it. Honestly, I hope he sticks to it.
He's not gonna stick to it, but I'm glad.
Oh no, he ain't gonna stick to it.
Out.
I'm glad he got that one shining moment, but he's not gonna stick to it.
Okay, so hold on. Let me address this. Xavier said Ashley and Derek need to be together and ride off into the sunset off this damn show.
Y'all know this is why I could never 100% get behind Danny and Andre. I can never be behind them 100% because of what I've seen from him in regards to that girl. Like, she didn't treat you very well. She treated you like Danny. For what you say about Danny, like, as much as you would say, oh, Danny didn't want a commitment, she didn't want this, she didn't want that, she was very honest with Andre at all times about her feelings. Like, she always told him, I'm going through something. I just got out of a marriage. I don't feel like I can give this to you yet. She was very, very honest with him about what she was feeling. She didn't know about Ashley until after she caught them together. She didn't even know that this was still, and that's why I can't ever be 100% behind them, because he, like, as much as people like, oh, they're honest with each other, at times, yes, he was honest with her, but not all the time. He wasn't telling her that he was out here accepting dates after he had her go tell her whole family they were sleeping together. Like, what would you even make her broadcast that for? What would you make her go broadcast all of that for if you were just going to go around and accept a date?
I did have a problem with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people had a problem with that.
Right. You didn't stop to ask her why she was, because he just assumed that he knew why she was at the hospital with Haley. He didn't even ask her why she was there. He just assumed that he knew, and he got all in his feelings. And that's another reason why I don't like him with her, because that was immaturity, like dead ass immaturity. Because you could have asked her why she was there, and she would have told you. She showed up at my house and collapsed on my damn couch, so I brought her to the hospital so nobody would think I did anything to her, which was the true story. And if he had
Right.
asked her, because of how honest she had been with him, she would have told him the story, and he knew she would have, but he didn't want to hear it. He just wanted an excuse to go run off after that girl, and that's why I can never like fully 100% be behind them as a couple, because I saw what you did, and in the way he tried to embarrass her in Uptown that day when he was out there with that girl, I could have slapped the dog shit out of him. Okay,
Mm.
I will never forgive you for that scene. Like when she was sitting there and she caught this whole date that y'all were supposed to be on, and then mind you, the very same thing he was criticizing Danny for was the same stuff that he was getting from Ashley. Ashley sitting here, but at least Danny was in a 30-year marriage. Ashley over here crying about a dude she been dating for 2 years. Dating, not even living together, but dating for 2 years. She
Right.
cried for like 30 minutes of that date, and you criticized Danny so bad for being honest with you about her feelings for Bill when you could clearly tell that Ashley was still having feelings for Derek. But you didn't have no issue with that. Like you were cool with that, but you wanted to criticize Danny for not being ready to move with you the way you wanted her to move. And that's why I've always had issues with Andre. Like, I'll give you a little tens today because you did shut her down, but like, I'm not going to give you much more because I don't trust you like that. But,
I mean, but in Andre's defense, Danny
Ooh,
has
look at Elaine playing advocate.
in Andre's defense, Danny has not been telling him the truth, the whole truth leading up to this. She tells him she saw Bill, but she didn't tell him they kissed twice. So her motives are sort of smushy, and while she's like, yeah, we are truthful, she's not all the way truthful. But in her defense, he's also not being truthful when he says I was at the hospital every day, and I go to the hospital every day and I see and
yeah.
talk to her.
I meant like
So,
before the whole marriage thing,
right.
she was being very honest with him about where she was and how she felt. Like after the marriage thing, yeah, she ain't really been telling all the truth, but he ain't been either. So I wasn't really hearing about that because I'm like, well, both of y'all kind of lying to each other now, even though y'all swearing that y'all have this most honest relationship and y'all are lying to each other and the people around you. But you go ahead, you do what you do. I don't really care. But like for me, I don't trust him. I don't trust his intent. I mean, not his intentions. I don't trust his follow through. So we gonna see.
Well,
And
so to your point, I'm not going to say you're wrong in that. You don't trust his follow through. So we've already learned that he has a complex. He has trauma. We did learn that this week because his parents passing away, and I'm not trying to get too personal, but because his parents passed away, that he has a lot, like there's a certain level of commitment he just can't get to, right? Because it's a loss of love. And when you've already felt that, that's crippling and you don't want to feel that again. So you
bought
won't
everything
allow.
he said, hook, line, and sinker, didn't you?
What happened?
You bought everything he said, hook, line,
I
and
said,
sinker.
"Oh my God, Andre, I feel you, and I understand, baby. That's why you can't be." But the fact that he did commit to Danny to me tells me that he really fucks with her. So, and it wasn't just because we were drunk, in my opinion. Oh, wait, did
So
we lose?
I think there are feelings coming. I think they are both right that how did we get this place to the place we are now? I think they never expected to be at this place. And I think that their feelings are growing, right? I think that's happening right now. However,
Right.
During the conversation that they had where he was, being emotional, at one point he said there was a woman, and then she asked about his parents and they jump over that.
Right.
So I still think that there's some things that he's hiding. And that woman that he speaks about has something to do with the fact that he didn't want to be photographed.
So can I tell you,
So I think the story is coming.
So, okay, so here was my thought, and this is me throwing my line out there, y'all. Hold on, I'm going to address some comments first, and then I got to throw this out. But Xavier, so first of all, Deirdre said, yes, Miss Elaine, because you was out there preaching. Xavier said, Andre gives me private school. I know what you meant, baby. Private school black kid. They give passes to YT girls that they never give to black women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? El Michelle said, my guess is Bill is going to collapse while Danny and Andre. So El Michelle, I need you to get up out my brain because that's the line that I was getting ready to throw out. I think what's going to happen, I think Andre is going to be all in with Danny. I think they're going to do this campaign. They're going to rock out. They're going to get a call. Bill going to fall out. It's the holidays. It's real. She going to rush to be by his side. And Andre is going to feel up and he's going to run to Ashley. And I think that's what's going to happen. So thank you, El Michelle, for getting it out, helping me get it out, because I was definitely thinking it.
So I don't know whether he's gonna rush from LA because that's a little too far away when they're going to LA now. And if the
Well,
winter,
if we're talking about because the TSA is backed up and ain't no air traffic controllers, if we in that
that's not
time,
happening on the show. That's happening in our real lives.
okay, I'm just saying. It should
Yeah.
only take about 5 hours to get from LA to, depending on what you fly.
So I mean, we have to keep in mind that the spoilers for upcoming things in the winter in the holidays say that the family gathers for a health crisis. I think that health crisis is Bill.
Yeah, I
I
think
thought
so.
it would be. I thought it was going to be Anita or Vernon, but I think it's going to be Bill. And so, if that's going to be the health crisis that happens during the holidays, and that would be the Christmas holidays, I believe, not the Thanksgiving holidays, and Danny's leaving now, it's too far apart.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Okay. I get what you're saying because, yes, I do agree the health crisis is going to happen during the Christmas holidays. So, yes, I did think that there was a stretch, but Elaine, these people have done for us. Okay. They just gave us primarily a whole week of Derek and Ashley after
And
we,
Leslie's great now, and so we can
right.
all just forget everything
Oh, and so okay,
because she
so can
wants
I
to be
so
friends with
this
us.
is so random sidebar. Did anybody else know, spilling a little tea, did it if it might be tea, not be tea for y'all. Did anybody else know that her baby daddy is Malik Yoba?
Yeah,
Yes, first baby daddy, yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah,
I can't, I'm late. I'm late to the party. I
And
found
the
it. I guess
current
she did a
husband is
birthday post the other day and I saw it.
yeah.
And I
Her,
saw the last name Yoba and then she had tagged him and or he tagged
yeah.
her. And I was
yeah,
like,
he, yeah.
hmm, okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
but
that
that
backstage.
daughter is old. I mean, that daughter is
Yeah,
older.
yeah, yeah. She's good and grown, but if
Yeah,
if you know, you know about. Again, we'll talk about that backstage. So
right.
M Child said, "Oh yeah, Andre had me welling up. I went to get a tissue, even if he might have been lying. No, I don't think he lying. I think that even though Sky won't give him no points because no tears fell down his cheek. But can I tell you, I felt for Andre. I felt that story. I felt why he has his hangups now. Should you go sit and talk to your aunt Nicole and get some therapy? Because that's what we not gonna do is sit here. That's what I will not co-sign. If you
Well,
She
know
they've
won't
you got
treat
allowed
him.
trauma,
him to do all of this far, and so where's Nicole? You say he's been like a son, but you don't
right?
see
But you didn't
his
step in
trauma.
and
You
put him
watch
in
him,
therapy.
yeah.
She talks to him all the time, but she also won't do therapy to her family members. She's made that very clear. She doesn't do therapy
No,
to
but
her
that's
family
what.
members.
But
Except
even
to
still, she
Danny,
was
who
like
she
his
start
parents.
and hooks off with at every turn. She doesn't do therapy with her family except Danny, who she just punches in the face at every turn.
Okay, can we talk about that? Because I didn't like that. And I said, what I don't like is I really hate misdirected anger. Be mad at who you need to be mad at. And the way she came at Danny, and Danny was like, I was just telling you, girl, if you hone a, just do it. Ride it. Ride
The
Carlton's
thing
pony.
is, it's
Yeah.
easy to fight with
Right.
Danny because
His
she knows
saddle's
Danny's not
waiting,
gonna go
girl.
anywhere. It's easy for her to fight with Danny because she knows Danny's not gonna go anywhere. She ain't gonna fight with nobody else like that because Danny's gonna be right there whenever she come off or whatever the stick that's stuck up her. You know what? Danny's gonna be there. Like it's easy to fight with her because she's the one person that she can't push away. Like that's why I feel like she fights with Danny as much as she does because she knows she can't push her away because she ain't going nowhere. Like I feel like the good sis is mad at herself because I really feel like she's mad at herself
Mm-hmm.
because she feels like it's wrong to have feelings or to want somebody else. It's not a proper time. It's not the proper situation. It's not ideal because they know each other and the ugly truth was brought to her face because number one, in that argument, girl, you kind of escalated that because he kept trying to tell you to get yourself out of the hallway and you kept stopping him and going on and getting louder and louder and louder. And I think she's mad at herself because she's like, oh wow, these people know my business, and I never will let people know my business. And you getting mad and trying to blame it on Danny because oh my god, she made you go do something that you already wanted to do yourself. Because if you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have done it. Like if
Okay.
you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have called him. You would have just blew her off because you do blow her off a lot of times when she gives you advice. You blow it off because you don't think it's what you need to do. You wanted to do it, and I think she's mad at herself because she wanted to. She wanted to call that
Girl, and
man.
we already said, and Xavier, to your comment, don't listen to Danny Nicole. Don't be a pass around. Me and Sky want the neighbors to know Carlton's name. Okay.
Listen, it wouldn't be a pass around because she just only going to one other dude. Like Ted is the pass around.
Right.
Like Bill
How
is
is
a
Kat
pass
the pass
around.
around? She's only been with one person.
No,
Huh?
he's talking about Nicole.
I said Ted is a pass
No, no,
around.
no,
Bill
no.
is
Oh,
a pass
Ted.
around.
Elaine was thinking Cat, and I was
I
telling her.
thought you
Oh
were.
no,
I
yeah,
heard
no.
Kat instead of Ted. I'm sorry.
No. Ted is a pass around. Bill is a pass around. Hell, Vanessa's a pass around. Love the good sis dearly, but she's a pass around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like we know some pass. Tomas is a pass around. He slept with two sisters in the same week. He's a pass around. But like I think she feels like it's not appropriate to be seen out with a man, this soon after her divorce. But you have to think about it, girl. You've been away from that man for months. Like your divorce is just final, but y'all have been separated for months now. Like you have not been with that man for months now. So you don't. It's like I was always, and still, I wish that she would get so far away from this. Always worrying about what people are going to think of her, because
Right.
that's really what that was. It was like you were mad because you thought, oh, people are going to look at this and see
Right.
that
Right.
I have men fighting for me over the job, fighting over me at the job. I have men that I have people that are seeing that these are two alleged friends that are fighting over me, and I'm like, I don't really think you were friends anyways, because how can you be friends if you think that he wants your wife?
So hold
So
on.
like,
I'm not trying to. I apologize. I wanted to address this because I think El Michelle and it really, because I've always felt this way. Nicole loves her sister, but she's jealous of the free spirit in Danny and judges it because she wish she had it.
Yeah.
And if
Agreed.
y'all know, we're reviewing the Braxton's right now, and it's giving very Tamar Tawana energy right now. That's all I'm saying.
I don't feel like she's jealous that she wished she had it. I feel like she's jealous because she never had the chance to be anything other than what she is, because you took up so much space in the area of you can do whatever the hell you want and I can't. It's like you didn't have any room to be anything else other than what you are, because you were such a handful. I think she would even feel guilty being a handful, being a person that causes them issues because you caused so many.
Right.
But that's not Danny's fault. Danny
I
was
mean, yeah, a part
allowed.
of it is Danny's fault,
So
though. A part of it
no,
is
that
Danny. Your bad
happens in
behavior
all
is your fault.
families with a younger child. With the younger child always gets away. Listen, I'm a family of 6. Our little sister didn't have to do anything. Nothing. She did nothing. I agree on that. And she got gifts and she got everything we got. We had chores. We had all of them. So some of that is very. The younger child doesn't have to be the same as the older child. So I think some of that older child syndrome is there. But Nicole also bites at Danny a little too much. And it is giving jealousy. Like, how dare you get to live out loud and say whatever you want even when it's not appropriate. When Nicole tempers herself because she wants to say and be appropriate. But that comes from Anita. And Danny doesn't care what Anita says. They actually don't get along all the time because Danny refuses to toe the line and do whatever you guys want me to do. And I am very much like that. So
the only thing I don't like is the way Danny rides for her older sister, and then the way that's really the dynamic for me. Like, if Danny did the same thing to Nicole that Nicole did to her, I wouldn't feel no way. Right. But we've never seen Danny snap at Nicole like that. Even when she's giving her advice that she doesn't want to hear, she doesn't come at Nicole like that. And so for me, it's the uppity, like, that's what bothers me. It's like, damn, girl, like, that's your sister, like, and she loves you, clearly loves you, and is willing to go beat bitches up and ride for you and be like, girl, you ain't got to do nothing. I got you. And yet you, at any moment, because you're so composed and so together, and you can't take your anger out on the people that you want to, you take it out on her. That's a problem for me, especially her being a therapist.
Right.
Because that's misdirected. And I feel like she should identify that.
I feel like some of it is misdirected and some of it is I'm tired of always having to clean up your shit. Because, like, I'm the same. Like, my sister, I have a younger sister who was always in the middle of some shit. I'm always having to clean up for her. Like, it gets exhausting sometimes. I get tired of always having to be the person that has to be the adult when you get to go fucking be like whatever you want to be all the time. Like, sometimes it gets exhausting and you just get tired of having to clean up another person's mess, especially like now she's an adult and I still feel like I have to do so much because my dad is like, oh, can you talk to her? Can you do this? Can you do that? And it gets fucking exhausting sometimes. Like, I love her dearly, but it gets exhausting because you don't make good choices and you sit back and you expect me to be the person that is like, oh yeah, I'll step in and I'll fix it for you. So I can kind of understand a part of that because like when you have to spend most of your life fixing somebody's drama and some of it is self-inflicted, like when you have to spend a lifetime doing that, it gets exhausting to where any little thing they do is going to piss you off.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister is like that at times because she is impulsive. She does not think. She does these things. She gets herself in these holes. I have to be the one that steps in and like, okay, how can I help you to fix this? Because my dad is like, he don't know what to do with her. Like, he don't know what to do with her. She's like, my dad is like in his 60s. She's like 20 something. He don't know what to do with her. Like,
Well,
he's just like.
so Scott, to your point, Cheat 83, thank you for joining us. I think we forgot how crazy and unreasonable Danny was in the beginning. It implied that this was how she has been for years and her family was drained of it. Like you said, Nicole just doesn't have the patience. Okay, Cheat. So it's you people in the chat that are gonna say what you saying. Okay.
Yeah, like my sister is like that sometimes, and she can be very exhausting. Like, we love her. Me and my other sister, I have a middle sister, and she is nothing like that. And we are exhausted sometimes because it's always so much. It's like always a drama, always this, always that. You're dramatic. It's always something. Like, we love her, but it's so exhausting. And so she gets like, she feels away sometimes because me and her are a lot closer, and I'm closer with my brother too, because I don't have to deal with as much of the baggage as I have to deal with her. It's always something. Like, it's always a mess. It's always some drama. It's always, can you do this? Can you? My dad is like, can you talk to her? Can you like you get through to her? And I'm like, well, dude, I'm tired of getting through. I got 2 kids of my own. I can't, parent this kid too. And so it gets exhausting. So I can kind of understand sometimes where the frustration comes in. I do think there is a lot of misplaced anger. I think she's mad at the world. Like, I really think she is mad at the world and has not lashed out the way she needed to at the people she needed to, definitely. But I do think also it could be a point of just being exhausted with always having to clean up a mess or somebody. Because, like, you seen how even when she was going through these things, Anita was coming over to Nicole's house. Hey, what can we do? What can you do? You need to come up with a solution. And she's like, okay, like, what am I supposed to do? This is your kid. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
So I get what you're saying, but here's my whole thing, and this is the problem with them making her a therapist, because now I'm going to hold her accountable. Mm-hmm. Because if you have issues or underlying from childhood that you harbor, why haven't you, as a therapist, said, Danny, we need to go to group therapy together, and girl, I got some stuff to get off my chest, and I feel like
therapists are usually the craziest people. Like, what you talking about?
Yes, but you can't be both. You can't be the leader.
Right. You can't. You got to practice what you preach.
But you are also not being a good therapist by not getting therapy yourself and not dealing with your issues. Like, you're the first person to tell people when they're wrong, how they're wrong, all the ways that they're wrong.
Yep.
Girl, this is just like hairdressers.
You are.
Like hairdressers. Just like them hairdressers. They be out here with this raggedy hair. Look at Eva. Like, this is just like hairdressers, child. They be out here with the worst hair.
Head and is now looking at him sideways like, I don't know how I feel about this. Shouldn't you have thought about this 3 weeks ago before you got the divorce? Like, where are you? Like,
wait, what? She doing what now?
Like, for Nicole, like, you're sitting around criticizing people and giving advice. You got a whole divorce, and now you're looking at Ted sideways going, I don't know why I have a problem with him seeing other women. Because maybe you shot from the hip too fast here.
I mean, I don't think that's an unrealistic thing to have, because, like, you're going to have feelings for this person. Like, you're not going to want to see the person that you were in love with other people, but at the same time, she's not, like, reacting to it in a way that it's like, oh my God, she ain't doing like him. You're going up trying to fight people in the hospital. She's not doing that
because she knows it's not the appropriate thing until she blows up, because she's not dealing with anything, actually.
I love Kamar's comment. Every therapist literally has a therapist because they're human. Right. Xavier said, just imagine how many late nights. Now, I think this is to your point, Scott. Just imagine how many late nights Nicole stayed up with Danny when Bill was cheating, or how many times she took the kids in when Danny and Bill were fighting. It gets to a point. Okay, okay, so
Yeah,
they
like
riding, they riding with Sky.
it's like for me, I think that I actually enjoyed her scenes this week because it just shows. Like for me, I didn't see a person who's bitter and jealous about him dating other people. She was just like, okay. She might have made the offhanded comment of, I don't know why it bothers me, but at the same time, she wasn't really reacting in a way that showed that it bothered her. I think she
See,
thinks
I
it's
didn't
supposed to
feel
bother
like this
her.
was real though. So while I felt like, oh, look at her, I didn't think she was dealing. I thought this was her facade, and this is not real. She's not dealing with anything. So I actually felt really bad for her because she's wearing the smile on her face while Ted is flitting around town going, "Oh, I'm Mr. Forgiven, and I'm so glad that these people are forgiving me." And you are sitting there like I actually didn't feel good about Nicole this week.
I
No,
see. I would have thought that if I
I wasn't mad at her, but I didn't feel like she was being real here.
I would have thought that if I had seen like any crack in the armor, like even after he walked off or whatever, she still wasn't like, doing the heavy side or looking all, looking sad when he walked off or anything like it. It was just like, okay, like I am bothered, but not really. That's kind of what it was giving to me. It was giving real, I'm bothered, but not really. But like, am I supposed to be bothered? Because I am, but I'm not. Like,
Can I be honest with y'all? What it gives me as somebody that, and just looking outside in, and y'all will, y'all weighing in the chat. It gives me Nicole being a therapist, and that's why it makes it weird. She's not allowing herself to feel.
Right.
That's what it gives me. Like when every time I watch a scene, I'm like, she's just not like allowing her. Like 1 minute, like, I'm sorry. This episode, what was it? This recap that I was editing before I came up here, and she was low key giddy when Ted was like, I wouldn't miss. I wild horses wouldn't let. Like she loved that.
Yesterday's episode.
She loved that. And you could see the smile on her face. She might not have been cheesing ear to ear, and she kept it to a minimum.
Yeah,
but it's like she's not allowing herself to feel what she needs to feel, and that's some weird. Like I'm not, if I'm sad, let me be, and I get it. Sometimes and that's what I'm saying. I get you trying to be composed and put together, but I myself being in therapy, I realize that's not always the best thing. Sometimes you need to admit, no, I need help, or I need this, or I'm just not my best self right now. Right. And the fact that she's not allowing herself to do that and just keeping it going is weird to me as a therapist. And I think that's what like blows my mind about the writing.
I think the point of it is like Anita kind of painted the picture of she pretends to be okay even though she's not okay.
Right.
And I think that's the point of she's supposed to not be okay. Like she's supposed to not be okay. And I don't expect her to be like that. Was a long ass ordeal. Like you can still love somebody and still not want them. And I think that's where she is with it. I think she loves him, but I don't think she wants him because it's like I can't trust you. And then she like sees him with Leslie. She don't even react. She's just like okay, whatever. Like whore's gonna whore. Like it was giving real okay. So like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like I think she wants.
I hate to break your heart, Scott. I think she still like that man. Yeah. I don't know. I really saw that. I really saw that.
But she don't want to, and she don't want to show.
She don't want to, and she's fighting it. But she still love that man.
Yeah, that she.
Well, she said that. She said she still loves him, but she said she's not in. You can love somebody and not be in love with them. I don't think she's in love with him because I feel like if you was in love, she'd have went over there and popped that bitch with a clipboard. I mean, because I don't care how composed you are. Like, I don't care how composed you are.
That's not Nicole.
You see, but love makes you do crazy things. Look at Danny. Do you think Danny would really just follow him with a gun
that's
at
never
a wedding?
Been Nicole. That has
love makes you do things that are out of character for you. Like I felt like when I thought she was still in love with him was when she choked old girl. When she was sitting there giving her energy. I don't think she's in love with him. I think she does love him. I didn't
think that part had anything to do with Ted. That had to do with her triggering Nicole and all of her trauma. Because at the time she was like, you are do nothing. You couldn't give him a baby. You kept having abortions. And she lit into Nicole's trauma. And at that point,
Well, the
it would
thing
have
that made her
nothing to
snap
do
was
with
when
it.
she said, "You're too stupid to see when a man is lying to you."
Yes, but
That was
she
what she
said
was
you
saying
were
at that
too
part.
stupid. You were sick. She had done a barrage of everything that was wrong with Nicole, and it hit her where what she thought at that time about herself, that she couldn't give him a baby. She thinks, oh, I didn't see the signs. All those things that are going on in a woman's head, she triggered that, and so I think that was a instinct that came out of Nicole that she didn't even know she had. If she didn't have time to think about it, because if she had time to think about it, she wouldn't have done it. And so that was the only true like instinctive emotion we've seen
Ooh,
from
okay.
Nicole. But otherwise, she's practiced, and that's what we're seeing.
Elaine, I want to know your thought. Well, all y'all thoughts. So, what did you think about? Because I thought it was pretty deep when she told Jacob, and this is why I said in my recap.
Oh yeah, I know what you're going.
Yeah, and I've had this conversation with many of my friends who have decided we're only doing one kid or whatever the case may be. You have to decide what's best for your family.
Yeah.
And when she told Jacob, wanting a child damaged my marriage,
My
I said,
marriage.
"Ooh,
And she took, and that was her taking responsibility for her role years ago in damaging her.
and
But
and
they never discussed
Oh,
that she was the one who solely wanted the kid, though. They haven't
that's
discussed
the
that
one thing I
Ted was
will
the one
say.
that wanted the
I,
kid,
I
and
give
he
Sky that.
pushed her. And
Right, I give Sky
I'm
that.
feeling like it. I really feel like it's Ted wanted the other kid. He wanted it so bad. She tried to give it to him, and then he went out and cheated on her. Even though, and like that's some shit you don't come back from. I'm sorry, you just don't. As much as you might love somebody, you don't come back from that. Especially if you put your body on the line for something and you did something that somebody didn't want to, that you really didn't want to do yourself. Like I don't think you come back from that, and I don't think that her and Ted were ever supposed to be a couple that lasted on this show. I think they were meant to usher each other in and then say goodbye
Ooh,
as far as their
no, I
relationship,
think they're in
because the
game.
way I don't think they're in game. They can't be in game because if that, then what the fuck do you think about women if you think this is in game?
Oh, the whole show. You ain't see what they're doing with the women on the show? Look at the show.
Like,
You don't care
even
about
the
women on
other
this
men,
show? Look
y'all
at
but
are
even
Vincent.
the
terrible.
other men though, like even Bill, he has had those moments where he's vulnerable and he admits, I fucked up. Like I did this. I was wrong to you. I could have been better to you. Ted has never had that moment.
Ted
Like he's
had one
never had
moment
that
a week
moment.
ago. He had one moment where
But
he
it
finally took responsibility after 9 months.
take
Yeah.
responsibility to who though?
To Eva, because
Okay,
that's
so
the person that matters on
he
the
didn't
show.
take it to Nicole, and that's the problem.
Yes, but
Like
you
Bill
know this
actually
is
had
the
that moment
Leslie
with
and Eva
Danny.
show now, so they can
Okay,
only
okay.
do
So can we talk about that? So can we just talk about how I don't know if y'all saw it and the way that they wrote it. I ain't even gonna hold you. It was so dope in the way they acted it. Because, like I said, Nicole was sitting at that table cheesing, and then her and Ted had a seat, and they was real comfortable. And hey, and and reminiscing on burnt birthday cake and shit. And then all of a sudden, Ted said, "I wish we would have worked harder." And Nicole's whole fucking demeanor changed.
Yeah, she was
And
like,
she
"We."
was like, and I said, that's because you said we, and nigga, I didn't do shit to you.
And
Yes,
she
and
looked
she
at him,
said
and
you
she couldn't
gotta
get
know
him
when to fold them.
trees, and she couldn't get him away from that table fast enough. He said that one
Right.
shit, and she looked at him like, "Oh, you really got me fucked up out here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know about your plus one."
Right.
Right.
Because
You
at
gotta
this
That's why
point,
know
I
I
don't
when
don't
to
care.
hold
think
them and know when to fold them.
that's why I don't think that they were ever meant to be anything more than ushering each other into this show, because the way they have him talk to her, the way they have him talk about her, I cannot believe that this is what you want from this woman, because you really telling me that he don't fit, like, even like I said, even Bill, even at the lowest part of Bill, he has still admitted that he was wrong. He knew it was things that he did to mess up their marriage. He has admitted that even with him being as nasty as he was to Danny in the beginning, he has admitted there were things that I could have done better. Ted has never done that, and he
But
never
it was
will.
only after Bill had a stroke. Ted hasn't had a life altering thing happen to him.
I mean, like finding out you got a whole side piece baby and getting your divorce, that's not
No,
life altering.
because 2 days after it was discovered, he showed up at her country club with the kid. So no,
And that's why I
that,
don't
that
think
does
Ted
not
is
make
meant to
you
be
not
in. I
ever
don't
feel
think
anything.
Ted is meant to be her end game because, like, look at that. Like, look at that fucking behavior. Like, how do you, like, phew, am I supposed to be led to believe that this is what women are supposed to aspire to? Men who do things like that, and like we're supposed to just sit here and be like, oh, okay, well, she should take him back because he said he's sorry like the one time. Like, seriously,
No, I don't
like
think,
life
and
can't
that's
be
what.
that depressing. Life can't be that
Right.
depressing.
No, and that's why I said I don't think that he's taken any real. And like you said, I can. That's why I think I vibe with Bill. We've
Right.
had those moments. He's had those moments where Danny. He's had those moments with his kids.
Right.
And again, I am going to say it. I said it weeks, months ago. Nothing is more unattractive to a woman
Yeah.
with children when you do not fuck with your children. Like, and that is a real thing. I've seen
Yeah.
that in real relationships in real life, where once the marriage splits up, and it could be a marriage or a relationship or whatever the case may be, men act like their kids don't exist because they're with you.
Right.
And I think that's wild. And I feel like that's what Ted is doing. And I think that's, being honest with you, that's why Nicole, that's part of her real disgust for that man,
She
because he
shouldn't
And
have any
disgusts me.
discuss because she or ignores Cat too. So
Right. So somebody had to pay attention to her, and that was
my
Ted's
thing
job.
is, I think that I will never think that he's supposed to be her end game because of the way he don't even talk about her like he like her. He talks about her like she's a conquest, like she's a prize, like she's a fucking timeshare that he's written space in. Like he doesn't talk like he
I agree.
actually
He's
likes
very
her.
arrogant. He's like only I can do this, and
And
what she needs is to be isolated. Like he's her
and
fucking
what
guy.
I feel like is that I do feel like that those things are becoming apparent to her because like when she sat there and was like this is and when she said the thing of no the man I married would never talk about me or talk about me or to me like this. When she said that line is when I really felt that she was coming to this realization that this man just really thinks like that he can just that he owns you. Like he thinks that you're his possession, not his wife, not his partner, but his possession. And I mean, I don't see you unless you want me to believe she's the dumbest bitch in the world. I don't see a woman that's going to be educated like her saying, "Oh yeah, we can go ahead and take it back and have another try." I don't really feel like in her brain. I don't feel like she's going to be able to even live with herself knowing she took this man back after all of that.
So can I
But
just I just want to say Bobby Wobby 13 had to throw out turtleneck Ted. It's always somebody, but we love you, Bobby. Welcome. He said that, he probably quit the show because he seen where the storyline was going. I don't know if he quit, Bobby, but I get what you're saying. That's
yeah, I highly doubt that.
D said Nicole is more involved with Martin's family than her immediate one. I'm just saying. Well, I mean, she is involved, but the fact that she ignored. So here's my problem with the Cat and Nicole storyline, and this has nothing to do with this week, and I apologize, right? But this was her dream baby. This was her rainbow
I
baby.
don't think it was her dream baby. I think it was Ted's dream baby.
But the point that and so maybe that's where the animosity comes from. But I feel as if Nicole, I feel like Kat and Danny and Bill have more of a damn connection with Kat than her own mama
Mm-hmm.
and her daddy. And I'm
Yes,
just gonna keep it
Danny
100.
definitely does.
And that's weird to me. That is weird to me. When they
Because I think Kat has Danny's spirit. Kat is not gonna let sleeping dogs lie. Whereas Nicole is like, well, let's settle down and do the right thing. Even when at the beginning of the show when Martin was like blasting off and everybody was like looking at him like he was like some sort of time bomb. Let's calm down, Martin. Let's calm down. That
right,
wasn't from Nicole. And Nicole didn't even know that existed, that he had this temper, that they were trying to tamp down. And so there's these sparks in them that clearly don't come from Ted or Nicole. But if you look around, you'll find who they come from.
right,
Martin was close to Bill, but not Ted. We've seen more scenes with Bill and Martin, and of course Vernon and Martin, than we have with Ted and Martin. That's not accidental because Ted is pretending to be someone and has been for 30 years. And this moment away from the confines of the family gave him an opportunity to let that face down, that sort of facade. And what we see, this person that seemingly doesn't care, this person that seemingly doesn't have a clue, this person that doesn't have a backbone, is who he always was. He just had to, the mask slipped.
He let
And
his
he's
shit,
no
his
longer
lip. Yeah.
surrounded by the strong people that kept his weak-willed ass in check.
Mm-hmm. I love what Xavier said. I'll be honest. I think Nicole recognizes a level of arrogance and rudeness in Kat that Ted possesses. Kat treats Tomas like Ted treats Nicole.
Ooh.
Okay, Xavier. Ooh,
Xavier.
look, Sky. What you guys say, baby?
I
Ooh.
mean, like Tomas deserves to be treated that way because, like, look at him, look at the material.
But that is a thought-provoking way to put
But
that. I
I'm telling
agree.
y'all. So one thing that I had to come to, I love Kat. I had to come to grips with this with myself. I was talking to one of my friends the other day. The one thing that I have unpacked about Kat that I want to drop here. Um, so I noticed because I went back and I looked at her scenes of when she's telling them these things about people, and she might have because they like she's been proven right time and time again. I said actually no, she's been proven right one time that they know of, because the thing is when Kat tells these stories, she puts so much into it, like so much like snark and just bitchiness and rudeness into the stories when she's telling them, that people tend to dismiss a lot of the things she says because it looks as if she is just coming from a place of just being a fucking hater. So she, like when she was telling them Eva about the stuff about Eva, when she came in, she didn't start with "I caught her going through your desk." She came in attacking her clothes and stuff, attacking her appearance. And that's when a lot of things she said after that, they started dismissing it because it seemed like you were being a nasty person. It seemed like you were being bougie and snotty and elitist. And like, not to be funny, she does have that elitist attitude. I don't like fault her for that. I understand why she has it, but she does have that. So it's a lot of things that she says when she's describing him, even like when she was talking to Isaiah about Eva, the way she described it, it made him immediately go, "Oh, so she's being used as a prop by her mother,"
Right.
because of the way she described it. She doesn't go straight to the point about things. Like when she came to Nicole to tell her, "Oh, Tomas and Eva slept together." First of all, the one thing that jumped out at me was you were trying to demonize Eva, but you weren't trying to demonize Tomas because you knew you were trying to take him back. So you were demonizing one, but not both, because both of them slept together. It takes two people. Like you have to place the anger on both. You can't just give it to one. And with her just placing it on, "I know Eva did this. I know she did this," and it was like, girl, your man still slept with your sister. Like at the
That
end of the
part.
day, he slept with your. And so the way she describes things, sometimes she tried to put it off like it was Eva's fault, but not Tomas. And I'm like, girl, both of them slept together. She didn't rape him. They slept together. He was not inebriated. There was no pretense to it except for that he wanted to sleep with her, so he did it. And the way she describes these situations, sometimes she leaves out a lot of things, because like even when she was talking to Nicole about Eva, if she had went into Eva stood in front of my face and basically told me that she planned this from the beginning, I think the conversation would have went a lot differently. The only person she really ever gives the full story to is Chelsea. She's the only one that
Mm-hmm.
knows like the full story of things, because she leaves out these things because she don't like, I think honestly she's embarrassed that she's still with this man and she don't want
Yeah.
them to know, because she don't want them to hate him. But if you would have told them the full story the way it was actually needed, like even when she gave Anita the information about Eva and Tomas, you didn't give her the fact that you caught her, you was under the bed and caught him in her hotel room. You didn't tell her that you've done these things before. You caught them in hotel rooms together.
Right.
You've seen these things. Like, you are not telling people the full story because you don't want him to look bad, because you don't want them to look
Right.
at you like, why are you still with him? And I think it's a point of embarrassment, but also like
Ooh,
you have to
man,
get to
you
the
done
point to
met
where
that girl.
and that's why I think her and Nicole have a lot of parallels with each other, whether they want to admit it or not. They both have these things about being embarrassed, about the situation not being favorable to them, and so they leave out a lot of things where they should be saying other things, like like you should have told them that she did this. She stood in front of you and did all this, because if you would have did that and told people that you still stayed with him after she said all this to you, that
Right.
she clowned you about your sexual experience, that she threw your inexperience in your face, and that he told her all these things, they would be looking at you like, girl, why the hell are you still with him? And so I feel like she left that out on purpose because she doesn't want them to hate him, but she wants them to hate Eva. And it's like, you can't have it that way. If you don't want somebody to hate somebody in a situation, they got to be able to hate everything about the situation, not just the parts you want them to. And I think that by her cherry picking the information that she brings, she does herself a disservice, because you don't give the full blown information, because you don't want to be embarrassed by being still linked to this bum ass dude. And like, I get it. Them hating Eva, they should hate Eva. You should hate Eva. Everybody should hate Eva, but they should hate Tomas too.
Oh yeah.
And that's the part she's not willing to so she's willing to sacrifice the parts of the story that would make people really, really see Eva for who she is. She's willing to sacrifice those parts to save him, to spare him, when honestly you should be telling everybody, like, he did these things too. It wasn't just Eva. Like, he gave her the ammunition to use against you.
Okay, so hold on. Is that your? Can I? Are you got?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So I wanted to thank Elaine for her $5 super chat, but I wanted to recognize some of the comments, because the people is, Xavier said Kat and Ted both treat their partners as second-class citizens in their relationships. They don't get mad at them or their actions because they low-key don't respect their autonomy. Yeah. I told you, Xavier, you better go. I don't know if you're still on the Twitter, but you need to go on and follow Sky.
Yeah.
Voyface said, I agree. Elaine, Kat with Danny's spirit. Martin is close to Vernon than Ted. Yeah. And as I said, Nicole and Ted's career came first with them. Yeah, which we see Danny's came second, and maybe that might be a thing. But that's why I said she never takes that out on her sister. You don't see that.
But I have to interject there, because Danny's career her kids didn't always come first, because they actually said in the beginning of the show that they had to base whatever they needed around her moods. So no, she wasn't always this great parent that people are hyping her up to be, because those kids were saying they had to base whatever they needed around whatever her moods were. That to me don't scream good parenting. I'm sorry.
Well, hold on. And I'm going to play advocate for my good girl. And I'm not saying that your shit should ever spill over to your kids. But if your husband is out here as a Kappa, spreading it wide,
right,
and but you gonna be going through some shit, and that's hard to do. Like that's some hard. Like, and I'm thankful that but I can only imagine as a mom, or if me and my boo get in a disagreement, and like not trying to let my son feel that. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I think that Danny, I don't think that her moods, it was more like, oh, we know something's going on.
Yeah. Or I think her moods,
them kids, them kids said that they had to.
Is right. She goes extra. She goes 100% at a project, and she can sometimes be way up, and she can sometimes be way low, and so we've seen Danny's mood shifts even without children. And so I don't think that necessarily means that she wasn't a good parent, because she's actually been one of
the. But they said as much though. They literally said that though. They literally said.
But they're
Naomi
also
said she moved away from her.
She her children all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas Ted and Nicole are non-existent in their children's lives.
So can I break something down? Hold on, y'all. So let me just break something down, and I'm gonna break it all the way down so it can officially and forever be broke. Okay, so remember when Danny said when Haley was supposedly pregnant, and she said when Bill has this thought of kids and he dotes on you, and so Danny doted in the mom position is what I think happened, and she stayed in that, and oh, Bill, yeah, I'm taking care of the kid. And so he doted on her. He loved her. Yeah, he still cheated on her. And she had to go through that shit emotionally. But I don't. And so I think the kids, yeah, maybe had to feel that. But I think that they were still like a good couple. Does that make sense? Like, please don't look. Deirdre said,
they played their roles.
Because they played their roles. Please don't normalize this behavior.
No. But they have
no, we shouldn't normalize
in the family. It's one thing. It's like people who argue in the bedroom, but when they come out in front of the kids, it's no argument.
Right. It's all good.
But they weren't doing that though, because Naomi literally said she moved where she moved to get away from her.
Really?
She didn't say she got away from Danny. She said she got away from the.
Oh, she did say that. She said I moved to get away.
She did
She
say
did say
Danny.
Danny. I heard her
She
say Danny
did
because she
say
told
Danny.
Chelsea the same. She did say Danny because she told Chelsea the same thing when Chelsea was trying to get out of modeling. Like I would watch these episodes front, back, side to side. She said
She
I
did
moved to
say
get
did
away from. Yeah. Okay.
Chelsea was different because Chelsea was being managed by Danny, and she called her momager, and so there was a specific behavior that Chelsea was trying to get away from. But Naomi did not leave because of Danny specifically. She did.
Well, she said that Danny played a big part in why she moved. I literally have watched these episodes multiple times. She literally said that I remember the conversation because she said that they had to basically base all of their needs around whatever her mood was. And to me, that just does not sound like a good parent because, like, I know whatever the hell I'm going through, I have to put whatever that is down to deal with my kids and deal with whatever they need before I can even think about myself first because
Right,
they depend on me because I have them here. They didn't ask to be here. I brought
right,
them here. So I have to put whatever I have down to take care of them no
right,
matter what it is. I could be going through. I've literally struggled with my own shit every day. My son has ADHD as well as me, but I have to push my shit to the side to make sure I can deal with him,
right.
to make sure he's good before I can even worry about me. So to me, that just does not scream, oh, I was a good, stable parent. Because if they gotta worry about their thing, if they gotta worry about you before they worry about them, that's just not good for me. Like I don't
But
think your kid should have
I
to.
do
I
agree that
also
there's
want to keep in
okay.
context that the father wasn't there.
So
Everybody
can I
else
just
saw
say
That's
that
still not an excuse, though.
Bill
As their
wasn't
mother,
there.
you still have
Elaine,
to be better. As their mother, you still have to be better.
Elaine and Scott, I think what I was trying to say earlier is the thing with Naomi and her moving away and Chelsea, she has a codependency on these kids, is what I was trying to relate to why
Mhm.
she stayed with Bill. She has a codependency on them, and that's unhealthy. And so once her kid, that's why she wanted to stay attached to Chelsea. She wanted that was her thing because that was
Yeah, she moved
even
her
with
attachment from Bill to Chelsea.
right. And no, but even that's always because you got to understand, Bill cared more about the kids than he cared about her.
Oh, I don't think that's
So,
true either.
so,
I don't think
so
he
the
cared about anyone.
codependency it became in, oh, I gotta do these things and I gotta show, even if I didn't really necessarily, because I gave up a modeling, I was living my best life, but now I
Right.
gotta be a mom to these children because this is what he wants. But that I realize that's when I get the most from him when we take family vacations, when we do this. I think that she got like in a weird codependency relationship with her kids where it was like I need you because even now, oh, we can have the dinner for Chelsea and we can do this, and that's a thing to bring Bill back in. That's always been
Yeah,
her
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
is the
Oh
kids.
yeah, absolutely. So
So
no, you won't get me to say that Danny today is healthy or that Danny after her divorce was healthy. I just did not get that she wasn't a good parent, especially watching her children and her behavior with her children and how they behave with them and the difference between her and supposedly healthy Ted and Nicole.
But it wasn't always like that because in the beginning, the kids were going to everybody but her.
Who?
They were talking to Anita. They were talking to Nicole. They were literally talking
What
to
kids?
everybody but her. Chelsea, when she was trying to quit
No,
and
they
she didn't want to
weren't
talk to
in the
them, yes, she
beginning.
was. Yes, she did. She Anita
Look at
did.
the beginning of the
And
show.
yes, I did. Anita
Chelsea,
and Nicole both knew
Chelsea,
that she wanted to
Danny,
quit
and
way before
Naomi was
Danny did.
surrounding Danny while she was spiraling.
After
They
she
were
had a
surrounding
breakdown,
her,
they surrounded Danny. Danny didn't surround them. When Chelsea was going through her
but
stuff and
she
she was
was
trying to
going
quit.
through
Okay.
it. But she was going through it
What I'm saying is they supported her, yes, but they did not come to her with their problems in the beginning. They were going to everybody but her.
because she was the one with the major problem. She was having to
But that's
go
supposed
through
to be
her
okay though.
husband's. Yeah, he
But that's
left
supposed to
me.
be
This
okay
literally
that
happened within
they're
the
comfortable going
six
to
months.
everybody but you. Because
But
you such
it
a fucking train wreck
literally
that your kids are
happened
going
to
to everybody
Danny.
but
The
you.
destruction of her
But
marriage
that's the
and
problem
how
with
it
Danny is
happened in the
everybody.
6 months
That's
prior
the biggest
to the
issue
start of
with
the
her.
show.
That is the biggest issue with her is that everybody feels like it's okay to excuse everything else that's going wrong with everybody else because oh my god you have some crisis right now, and that's just not okay. As a parent, that's not okay. it's not okay to excuse everything that's going on
We
around her.
disagree with that. I
But
don't think she
okay,
was
okay,
doing
okay.
that
But
as a
Sky, we
parent,
gotta
but I think
remember
she was
that she
doing
was
that as a
forced.
family. That's what family does. Who's going through the crisis right now? Let's gather around them.
And so hold on, Sky. You gotta remember too. Danny came when we were introduced to this show. Danny came on, was going through the ship, lost a bill. He was with Haley, and now her parents are telling her she's trying to jet off to Paris and get away from this shit. And they say you have to go to this wedding, and then
Right.
you crash out. So I'm not saying it's okay, and I get what you're saying. As a mother, we have to show up every day, and we don't get to give
You
any
don't get to take
excuses.
days off.
Right,
Yeah, you
I get
don't
what
get to
you're
take
saying,
days
babe.
off.
Yeah,
But
but your kids are
also
grown.
understand that
My
her
life
kids.
is a mess.
But hold on, and I'm gonna say this to both of y'all. We also have to understand. I can understand maybe if these kids were 6 or 7 years old,
Right.
and if you are saying that that's what you feel like Danny was doing, then I can understand your opinion. I think that the fact that her kids were good and grown at this time, my parents are forcing me to go to my ex's wedding that's still very new from my daughter's best friend. It's so much that like me understanding trauma and like the build up, because I don't blow up, just blow up. But when it's a build up and you ain't said nothing, you eating shit, and sometimes you just lose your and it's unexplainable. And I'm the oldest of my mother, so I'm that's why I said I'm not the young, but I will pop off. That's why I said I understand when you let shit build, when you let shit
Yeah.
build, that and yes, you don't get, does that mean I don't show up for my son or whatever? But if something more like that were to happen to me and my kids were grown and they can understand when I need to sit in the room, I might not pull a pow on somebody, but if I need to sit in my room for a couple of days and just hug myself, and then she couldn't even do that because they're forcing her to go to a
Right.
wedding. Like, so that's the only thing that, like, I get what you're saying. And if you're saying like the kids have been saying that she hasn't shown up, which I'm with Elaine, I haven't seen that much of that. But in that moment, I absolutely understood where Danny was grown and though her kids were grown, and she was going through a real breakdown at that point, and she couldn't hold up for nobody, and they were trying to force her through what I feel like is some real crazy, and that's why she broke.
And I actually loved how Chelsea and Naomi gathered around their mother and they knew it was difficult for her and worried about her. The only reason that Chelsea said she was apprehensive about talking to her mother was because of all the things that her mother had recently been through. And so again, Chelsea's like, I would normally want to tell my mother, but you know how she is, and look at all that she's been through, and she's holding on to me because again, I think part of what Tree said is true. She transferred her codependency from Bill to Chelsea. Well, Chelsea needs me, and so I'm gonna throw everything into Chelsea. In the meantime, Chelsea's like, "Oh my goodness, I'm dying here. I wish my mother would leave me alone." And so I don't think that's abnormal. That doesn't mean she was mean to her. I just think that she was just doing too much.
Yeah, she was just doing too much.
Yeah, she was just doing too much. And we've seen Danny was like, people say I talk a lot because she could just go a mile a minute. And I
Yeah.
don't think that is an awful trait for her. I just think it is a personality trait.
Mhm.
Okay, so hold on. If we talk about bad parenting, this segues before we get off here because we've been up here for about 2 hours now.
Oh.
But let's talk about Isaiah and Elon and why Joey
Ooh.
more of a daddy to damn Isaiah than Elon is. Let's talk
Wow.
about bad parenting if we're gonna talk about it.
That was interesting. I did not see that coming. That was a pleasant surprise today, I
It
must say.
was the fact that he came in dapping Joey up like, yeah, man, we cool. And I was like, wow, this is a nice surprise.
I didn't know it was coming. I didn't see it coming. And now I think we have a whole other direction that we could take this story into that wasn't open before. People are speculating, oh my goodness, is he Joey's son? No, I don't think he's Joey's son. Or Is Joey really friendly with him? Joey seemed really kind to this kid and like benevolent, even though he and his father doesn't get along. Um, this will be interesting to see where they go with this. I'm open to a little bit of everything, I think.
Sky, you got anything to weigh in?
Their little scene was cute or whatever. Like, it kind of is what it is with them.
What
Like,
would
it was,
Isaiah and Joey? You don't think? Because didn't you say you thought he could be the daddy?
I mean, they kind of plain to see that Joey has a kid or something. More than likely, I don't know if it's him. Like, it could be, but we shall see.
Right.
I
Isaiah.
find this more interesting, like the relationship between him and Joey, and like what happened and where this is going. I find this more interesting than the whole who is Isaiah going to end up with, because I on to sort of something that Sky said before. I hope they sort of float him around to see who he actually has chemistry with before they
Right.
decide
I can
who's.
tell you it ain't that mop head Eva. I'm sorry, because she be trying too hard to make it work, and it's just not working for me. Like she tries too hard to make it sexy, and it's like, in trying as hard as you are, you making me really repel against it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
because she's like her mama. She gonna come on too strong.
Like,
yeah.
she didn't even know this man's last name, and she was ready to go. Like, she was ready to throw the ass at him, and she didn't even
Yeah.
know his last name. I was like, girl, you are really looking really pathetic. Like, I always think you look pathetic, but you really have reached a new low.
I always thought you looked pathetic.
Like, I always thought you were thirsty. I always thought you were trampish. And you just really hit a new low for me. Like, 'cause she was really like, when Tomas had to tell her, oh, or did you know who he is? And it's like, how you don't know his name? Like, how you don't know who he is? How you didn't even ask the questions? You were too busy trying to flirt with him that you didn't even ask the pertinent questions. Like, okay, how does Kat know you? How do y'all know each other? How do you not know these things? And you were literally trying to throw your coochie at him. You were trying to airdrop your coochie to him. How do you not know these things?
Xavier, hold on. I just have to address something. You put my girl in front of that, and that got me fucked up real quick. That got me fucked up real quick. You put my girl in front of that. We don't do that over here.
My girl Eva.
Yeah, she was just horny, and that's the problem. Like, but she had just slept with somebody.
She
like,
leads with her coochie. That's
why I say she always leads with sex, and everything she does, she leads with sex, and it's like, nobody's ever going to take you seriously if that's all you got to offer. You don't have anything to offer.
Do
like,
you want a relationship, or is this all you're looking for, to be the other woman? Because that's what
y'all, she's her
every
mother's child.
in every conversation she has, she mimics whatever the other person is saying. So if they're saying, oh, I'm misunderstood, oh, I have expectations placed on me, or I do this and I do that, she's like, yeah, me too. It's like, girl, like, do you not have a brain of your own? Like, I know you're not very smart, but damn, where's your brain, Tim? Man? Where's your brain? Like, I find her to be so annoying, because like, you don't ever have like a genuine connection with anybody, because all you do is try to put on this act and try to play up this sex appeal that you think you have, and that's kind of all you ever have to offer. Like, he's not going to take you seriously. He literally just told you he broke up with somebody, and you sitting there like looking at him like you ready to strip him down. Like, girl, where's your self-respect? Like, he's talking to you about another woman.
She gets this from her mother. I agree, because this is all that Leslie is doing with that. This is.
I love what T has to say. I'm so sorry. She said, "I know I'm in a fantasy. I would love to see Isaiah with Shanice."
Ooh.
I'm good on that.
Why you good on that, Scott?
He look like he like 23, 24, and Shanice is like in her 30s. I'm sorry.
It don't matter. Andre is whole. This is a whole.
Yeah, I hate that too. And I hate that too. And I hate that too. I literally hate that too. Because it's just like, Andre and Danny is so skeevy to me, because you've known this kid, at least he's been in your life at least since he was 12, and now you fucking him. Like, girl, this is skeevy to me. I'm sorry. It's giving real pervert. It's giving real predator for me. I'm sorry.
So
Like, I have a problem with it.
do y'all think Isaiah's gonna go work for Joey or what? Because we gotta, even though yes, we know him and Joey have a connection, Joey's looking out for him. It's a very fatherly, and somebody said in the comment, who knew Joey had paternal instincts, but it clearly he does. And we saw it with Donnell. That's what he does. And I think they were foreshadowing before Isaiah came in that I think
that he
and
has.
I ain't even gonna hold you. And wouldn't this be wild, y'all? And this is so random. What if Joey takes all the young boys from the hood and like are trying to be, you get what I'm saying?
He like the hood, the hood Santa.
Right. And he comes and he's like, you can work for me.
That show.
You don't think that? No, you don't think that?
No, this is not that show.
I know it's
not
Joey.
Listen, not Joey from the block child going and picking up all the
I'm
little
just Joey from the block. He said, I'm on the set.
Drama. This is a soap opera.
I mean, like, I be trying to give y'all the drama, and y'all don't be wanting it. Like, I need more drama on this show. I feel like y'all are drying me out without none of this shit with no drama.
You like dynasty drama.
No, I just like good drama. I like soaps. I like a soapy drama. This is not soapy drama. This is boring as fuck drama. Like, this is like, it's giving real cookie cutter Hallmark drama. Like, I need some real shit. Like, I really need some real drama.
So, last but not least, we're gonna talk about our good girl. I think we touched on her a little bit, but we're gonna, because I had a whole rant, and I'm happy that Chelsea read her ass down. Chelsea, you came back up the list, girl. You was fading for a while. I didn't know where you was going, but you came back up the list because you read your sister down. And this is what I'm saying about you see the difference between Naomi and Chelsea and Nicole and Danny, how Chelsea can give Naomi advice and she received the shit and actually realize, whereas when Danny tries it, like Nicole is just very, so that again, just a different perspective. I'm just showing, like,
even though Chelsea is wild in her own way,
right,
and Naomi is completely different than that,
right.
Three ways are not in Naomi's vocabulary,
right,
but she understands her sister.
I love when she told her, she said, bitch, you acting like your marriage is a court case and you trying to argue this ninja down.
Exactly.
And I was like, I'm here for it.
Right.
She needs to say that. And I'm not saying that Naomi is wrong in any right. And I'm not saying Jacob is right. I think people's minds change. And I think that's what the whole thing about marriage is about. And like, the shit is not easy, right? But I think that's what I said earlier. You have to decide what's best for your family. And I one of my really good friends said to me, and I asked her if she was having another child, and she said, I had to think about what value does that add to my life. And I thought that, and even though it may sound crazy, that was like I have to deal with babysitters again. I have to, like, I almost have an 8-9-year-old. What value does it add to my life to add another child to the equation just so he can say he has a sibling?
Mm-hmm.
And I said that was so real. And you just have to think about what is best in your child's needs. And maybe they really do need a sibling. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought that was so deep in a deep perspective where it's like, no, I'm not having another child just because you don't want to, only child.
Right.
Right. And I'm thinking about what's best for my family. So I understand where Jacob and Naomi are coming from. And I think they need to have a conversation about what's best for their unit.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I was cracking the hell up when Nicole was like, "Boy, take your ass down to the YMCA and see if you like kids." She was like, "Just see if you like kids."
Don't be a mentor,
like, she was like, "You better go play with somebody else's kid and even see if they like you and you like them."
Right? You want kids based on a television show? Go sit down. Yeah.
She was like, "You better go out here and be around the kids, be amongst the kids."
That was a surprise, though. That was a surprise coming from Nicole.
She was really like, you better go out here and see if you like them kids, because it really be like, fuck them kids sometimes. Like, you better get out here and see if you like them kids. Like, don't even like, she was like, you're gonna blow up everything over some kids you might not even want. Like, are you serious right now? Like, she really was like, yeah, go out here and be amongst the kids before you go out here trying to change people's lives. And I was cracking up. I thought that shit was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was hilarious.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was with her. You need some, because one thing we haven't seen, we ain't seen them with no nieces or nephews. We ain't seen them with no. So that's true.
Like
Until
you need to
you're
go watch, like babysit you some kids, hang out with some kids, mentor some kids to see if you
We
even like.
saw
Cause
them
you
with homeless grown-ups, but not with children.
right,
because
you like
that's their
the
adult children. That's
right. He likes
Elaine.
the
Thank you.
idea, and I get what she was saying. You like the idea of kids. You like what you think a kid will
Right.
bring to you, but you don't know if you're going to actually want that. And even volunteering, you still might not get the full effect. Because, like I'm telling you,
Right.
when I
Yeah,
was just
you they
auntie
go
and stuff,
home.
when I was just auntie and stuff, and I would keep like my friends' kids, and you know what, I could get them and spoil them for the weekend or whatever. It was different from actually having my kids here all the time because them kids get on
Okay.
my damn nerves sometimes. Okay, I love my
Okay.
kids
I'd be
dearly,
like,
but they
please
get
go
on
find
my
Joe
damn nerves.
Captain.
Like I love my kids so much. I do everything for my kids, but like sometimes I come in the house and they're like, "Well, my mom," and they ask me all these questions and I don't be want to answer, and I'm like, "Because I said," I'm like, 'cause I
When
get
you
like,
go back to your old default, like,
and
because
I'm
I said
like,
so.
yeah, like my son asked me something today, and I was like, no, don't do that. And he was like, why? I was like, because I said don't do it. That was my answer, and I was like, and you just have to ride with that, like because I can't sit and be answering like 20 questions back to back, and then think I'm
You
gonna keep
you
having to
sit
answer.
down and say to yourself, I understand why my parents said what they said.
And I like be telling my husband, I'm like, why did I like? I don't even like kids.
We
Like,
gotta provide explanations now, and
yeah, it's like you
they
gotta
did
sit
not
and
have to
explain.
do that before.
You have to sit and explain every damn thing. And so some like being around other people's kids like it's not the same as having your own, and sometimes it's better because like
Right.
I love my kids dearly. I'm not saying I don't wish I had my, I love my kids. I love that I have them. But some days I'm like, oof, child, why can't you be somebody else's kid that I gotta go drop off? Like, like
So,
I
so
need.
Scott, so Scott, I can relate to that because my son had his foot on my neck. He said, "Mom, how is the tooth fairy gonna know that the tooth is there if the pillow is over it?" And I said, "Well, Jalen, it's a tooth fairy, so she'll know because she's a fairy." Well, I don't think that's smart to put it under the pillow. He's put it in like, and I'm like, Jalen, just put it
Yes.
under the goddamn pillow,
And
and
she's like, just do it.
you'll get your money. But the fact I got a 7-year-old questioning what's been
Yes,
going
you want
on
to
for
know.
the last
Yes, but will
1,000
the
years.
money come in an envelope or will?
Like my kid, one, I'll do you one better, girl. My kid, she like, cause I like to switch my hair out. I'll keep me a wig on day. I will have them in my bathroom, and she goes in there in the bathroom. She goes, "It's my mom's hair," and she's like loud as hell, y'all. I got people in my house every. It's my mom's hair. I was just like, "Ooh, girl, if you don't get out of my life right now, like leave me alone." Like,
I
and
will
she goes,
say, I think that's a girl because my son is never, even though when I switch up my wig, he'd be like, "Oh, mom," he'll literally, I would like, sometimes I'll go out and I'll have like my bonnet on. I'm like, Jamel, or I'll be like, Jalen, you didn't tell me to put my wig on, or whatever, or take the bonnet off if I got braids, and he'd be like, "Oh, mom, I wasn't thinking. You just dropping me off at
yes.
school."
Girl,
Like,
I cut all my hair off, and like my daughter went to sleep, and she woke up, and I cut all my hair off, and she goes, "Mama, where's your hair? You need to put your hair back because it's gonna make you feel comfortable." Like little kids will air you the hell out. So like I get what she's saying about sometimes you need to go evaluate if you actually want these damn kids because like sometimes you gonna have days where you don't.
look, you see why Vanessa is like them kids.
Yes, and Vanessa,
I'm gonna have to
boy.
stand up in solidarity with my good sis. I really
Oh,
think she
not
sent
her.
that.
Okay,
I
she's
really
gonna be on
think
the
she
wrong
sent
side of
her.
history today.
You know what? I really think she sent that boy away too because she's up to something. I really feel like she's up to something. And I feel like there's something. And if there's not, I'll apologize. But I do feel like
No,
there's
you don't
something.
need to apologize, but I hope your wish comes to fruition. Because I
I mean, it
feel
ain't really per se my wish. It's just my hope for you that you're not this dumb of a bitch that I thought you were. And I hope you not. Like, it ain't really my wish. Like, I just hope you're not as stupid as I think they trying to write you to be. Like, I hope you're not that. But, like, if you are, I still love you anyways. But, like, girl, I'm
No,
going to still have to call you a
so
dumb bitch in public.
Sky, I love you, but when you want to talk about bad mothers, I'm
I know
sorry.
she ain't a good one, y'all. I ain't never alluded.
She's a bad mother,
oh
Vanessa.
man,
And let's talk about
it's
the
so
poll.
true.
Vanessa has 62% up against Ted's 38% in the poll right
I
now.
think y'all ain't seeing the
If
vision.
y'all
I
have
think y'all
not
ain't seeing
weighed
her
in
ultimate
yet,
plan.
please weigh in. And so before we get up out of here, we're gonna give our closing arguments. If for those who have not voted yet, or you want to change your vote, we're gonna give our closing arguments on why they are the worst parent. And like I said, Vanessa don't give a damn about them kids. I mean, she love them or whatever. But that was one of them. I had them just to have them because we had babies because we was sexing because she's a sex addict, and we had these twins, and that so we got the 2-for-1, and that's what we gonna do. And I'm gonna get these tubes tied so I can go bust it wide and spread it open and not get pregnant again. But Vanessa is clearly to me wanted to keep her kids away. She gives me boarding school. I don't even think them kids was there for real when in a house. And I would not be surprised if we found out later that they were
Yeah.
in boarding school. Vanessa gives me
I
she
don't think Doug would
Can I
have
tell you something, Trees? Can I tell you something? What I feel like Vanessa is? You remember that lady on Parent Trap? That was like, that was like, as soon as I marry this man, I'm sending them damn kids off. That's
right,
what she
yeah.
gives me.
She
I
gives
love
me
you.
that
I
vibe.
love her down, but bitch, I think you really was like married a child. You was like, get these kids out of my house, honey. I don't got time. So I really, I
Once
gotta agree
once
with
Doug
y'all.
couldn't meet her sexual needs, and we don't know, they keep alluding to like it was very like soon in the marriage, or maybe it was later. I feel like it was once the kids left and they became empty nesters.
You know
That's
what?
what
She
I
did say the kids were at home. So she said once the kids left. So I think they were at home. I don't think it was boarding school. I think they actually were at home. I mean, she started her whole ways when they left.
Yeah.
I still think Ted is worse though.
Oh no.
really.
So the only reason why I don't think Ted is worse is because he's not co-signing on her trying to actually unalive his family. And Vanessa is playing so dumb, and I don't think Vanessa is dumb, but I think she's playing at being dumb and not asking the right questions, because I don't think she wants to ask the right questions because she wants to keep doing what she's doing.
Right.
And so I haven't bought into your she's working for the feds. I don't think that's true, but I do think that she is enjoying herself a little too much, and that's why she doesn't want her kids around. That I don't like. That's very male centric, I will say. If Ted did that sort of thing, we would feel exactly the same. We feel
Right.
like Ted ignoring his children that he's known for his whole life, for the child that claims she's yours from 3 months ago, is disgusting. Well, this is equally disgusting because you are the mother, Vanessa, and are ignoring the children.
You're just
It's
like,
not.
go back to school, deal with it. Your daddy died, move on.
Yeah, it's
I
acceptable
feel
to me that no, we shouldn't be like
No, no,
mothers shouldn't be with the
so I
father's
will say this.
family.
I will say this. I did have someone give me a different perspective. And they said when it's happening, and if you do lose your parents at a young age, and if you're in college, if you're in, what can you really do? So there is a certain type of like a notion about it where, yeah, no, you still continue because this is what your parents would have wanted you, but you coming back and doing that doesn't do anything. Now we know Vanessa got some shit going on, that's why she want to send the kids back. But I will say, listening to that other person's perspective who had lost their parents young, yeah, no, the kids that are in school and what you got going on, your life doesn't stop because your parents passed. Like, and so things have to still keep going. You still got to get your degree because that's what they would want to do. That's what they work so hard for, right?
Right.
hmm I I don't know. I'm like, if I'm proven wrong, it'll be what it is. But I think there's something there.
I
That's
think
not.
Deanna gonna come back and give her the business. I hope that little light skinned girl that's supposed to be coming on show is supposed to be Deanna and runs and gives her hell. She thought Donnell was a problem, but then some people debate that it's gonna be Yolanda, and I don't know.
I
Who else?
don't really need Yolanda unless she coming to shade Eva. I don't really need her because if you're gonna read Eva down, I'll be here. But if not, then why you here?
I don't know.
I ain't got no use for Yolanda unless she coming to get Eva.
Yeah, me either. I'm completely uninterested in Yolanda.
You said the
Yeah.
actress is 18. She's not Yolanda. Oh no. So who would she be? But just because her age,
Maybe she's somebody at Tyrell and them school or something too, because they still got that going on too, the little teen scene and things going on now. And we ain't seen Tyrell all week.
right?
How you gonna give us this greatness from him and then we don't see him all week? Like, how dare you? The audacity. I just
Well,
thought
y'all,
about that.
what Tyrell? I hope they give him to us tomorrow because you can't do
He
that.
has to be on tomorrow because I saw with the preview we saw with
Yeah,
little smart
Yeah,
mouth
because
walking out and things.
mine and yeah,
Yeah, little smart mouth.
cat.
what we can't do is do another day of Ashley and Dad. That's what we can't do.
I mean, we can't look. We can. Do we need it? No, but will they do it? Uh-huh.
Right. I have no faith in them.
I have
You said I
no,
have
like,
no
I
clue.
told you what I do. I literally come in and waiting to see what's going to happen before. I don't come in with a lot of expectation. I come in with very low expectation. And I decide, I have to tweet early to let people know if I'm going to be there or not. Because people will be like, girl, where you at? Because, I'm usually on there. I'm on the timeline. And then I literally be like, okay, y'all, I'm not doing it today. Because I'm
I
not
saw
doing it
that.
today.
I said, no, what you not gonna do? And I remember, I forgot what I
Trees
was doing.
called me out, y'all. She really came over there
I
and
did
literally.
because I was working from home and I was sitting there looking at the TV and I said, okay, so me and Sky are gonna be, usually we back to back with our comments. And I'm looking and I was like, she said, I'm not gonna do it today. I said, no, but you're not gonna cut class.
She's like, you're
That's
not
what you're
gonna
not
quit
gonna
me.
do.
She's like, you're not gonna quit
She
me.
she
Bring your
turned
ass
me
back over
into
here.
blatant truth. I became the HR person. I was like, no, girl, you gotta clock in.
She's like, you better get your ass back over here. And I was like, I ain't gonna be. I've already relocated to Fort Charles. I'm not coming back. I packed my bags. I'm gone. And I did not come back. And I still have not watched that episode. And I have no desire to watch that episode. I will not be watching that
And
episode.
it's okay because you didn't miss Sky.
Well,
You can
everything I
go.
missed
You
on
can go.
Monday,
You
I
can
caught
go.
on Wednesday.
You can go watch my 10-minute recap of Monday, and it'll sum it up all literally 10 minutes because that's how much and that is literally I think the shortest recap I've ever done. Elaine
Yeah,
would know. She watches my recaps regularly.
I am so glad that the rest of the week gave me more to talk about because I'm telling you, like those first 2 days, I was like really at a loss. I'm like, I don't even really have a lot of things to tweet about. Like, I don't have much.
That's how I felt. I was sitting there and I was like, what do I want to tweet about? I don't give a fuck about Ashley and Derek. I don't. And that's why I said it was
Yeah,
hard. Monday
and
was real hard.
I don't really want to come on being like super negative all the time, on the timeline. But sometimes
Right.
it's just like, girl, there's no positive. Like, what I'm gonna do here? Be like, at least Danny's hair was cute today.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're thinking. I was confused. I've been
Yeah,
confused since last
I
week.
get so like beat down. I feel like sometimes I'm trying to see the silver lining
Right.
in the clouds because it's just so not what I need it to be right now. And so I think sometimes I'm always like, oh, well, this feels
I
like
also think they
something.
set our expectations at a
So
certain
high.
level.
I mean, well, you told me this was a powerful black family, and I'm not seeing the power,
Yeah.
and I damn near don't see the black. So,
Right. I mean, I see the black, but I don't see the good of
I
the
mean, I
black.
don't see it as much as I need
At
to see
this
it.
But,
So,
point,
but we talked about it, Elaine, last episode. You see, like Sky says, you see the black, but the most powerful man is Joey,
yeah,
which
they're
is a
being
white man.
switched around by the
and
way.
then the second one is Bill. Like, there's Joey, then there's Bill, then there's. I mean, I
There
think
is
Elon got more power. Elon, then Marcel, then Vernon, maybe. Like, Martin might still have more power than Vernon. I don't even know because Vernon is like so low on the totem pole. I just need you to go bake cookies with some grandkids and get out my face. Like, I just need you to go. Like, I
Don't
just need.
throw don't throw Cliff today to the wolves
He
like that.
has disappointed me so epically. Like him and Anita are
He's
such big disappointments.
he's on
Yeah,
his
but this
last.
is the writing.
But
They have
well, the
disappointed
writing
me
and y'all
so
know
bad,
he's on
y'all.
that man is on his last leg. He
They
probably
have
like
they have
you
really
do,
disappointed me so
and
bad,
I'm
y'all. I'm
not
like,
wishing that on nobody, but you do realize he's probably gonna
as
go up out of here
but
with
if
way
that's the
beyond his
case,
age.
then if that's the case, then maybe you should have cast somebody else. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't feel like you should have to sacrifice the integrity or the writing for the show for like a person that you cast. I feel like that's always a mistake if you have to do that. Like if you have to change and reroute a story because of you cast the wrong people, then maybe you cast the wrong people. So I'm not gonna give them that. Um, I'm just really it's not what I expected. I'll say that. I think that's the nicest way I can put it. It's not what I expected when I first started. And honestly, if I knew what I know
Yeah.
now when I first started, I would have never started watching this show.
Well, I know a lot of people are disappointed. I know
Yeah,
I've been watching Twitter, and a lot of people are like, I started this, watched it for 2 months. I got my people on strong, but even sometimes they text me like, "Girl, what is this?"
yeah.
So yeah,
So I feel like if
So
had I
I think
known what I know,
the
I wouldn't have.
difference between May Sweeps was the anniversary party. This is November Sweeps, and we're where? And so, I mean, I just think you could put up the two frames, May Sweeps versus November Sweeps, and
Where's the sweep though?
and yeah,
the anniversary
Girl,
party
is
was
it in the
cute.
look? Girl, is it in the room with us? Like the November sweep? Is it
and
in the
so
room with us?
unfortunately, Beyond the Gates has new writers. They have a new direction. Michelle Von Jean is still there. It's her show, but she has a new co-head writer. And so I think all of these changes are having an effect and not necessarily for the good. And hopefully, so there's no hopefully. They see social media. They
Well,
have they have the stars on social media who sometimes engage in a wrong manner, but
yeah.
they're clearly here.
Right.
Michelle Von Jean comes after people. Y'all need to learn how to listen and do
It
ABC,
gets
girl. You
very
are
combative. It gets very combative in a way that I don't like. And I understand that you are very protective of the work that you do, but it gets very combative in a way that I
That's
don't feel
her
is
baby.
productive.
And,
But
and,
at
and
the
I'm
same
gonna I'm gonna
time,
say this. I'm gonna say this. It's like when somebody comes up and I'm just gonna say that, and I'm not saying because I'm open. I don't know about Michelle, but I know for me, I've when people say, "Oh, guys, you guys over talk each other," right? And so for me, it's like, but we're passionate, so we might be all trying to go at the same time, and then once we realize we all give each other space to talk, it's just in that moment we might be all trying to talk at the same time, but we all respect each other's spaces where we're like, "Oh, Elaine, go,"
right, right,
So I when I understand the perspective of like listening to people, but then I like no, you know what you know, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so I understand where Michelle is coming from. Is like, yeah, I hear what they're saying, but I'm a veteran in this game. You know what I mean? I know what I know.
but being a veteran doesn't make you right, though. That's the thing
And
I
I
think
and
she has
I
to
agree with you.
understand too.
I agree with you, and I think that you should be open. The point of me saying that is that you have to be open to constructive criticism. You have
Yeah,
to be open to it, and you have to, even though I may not agree with you, I got to evaluate your point. At least
right.
right,
that's where I come from, and see what you're
right.
saying, and go back and watch the video and be like, oh, maybe
Okay,
we did. You know what I mean? Like, but
Like
that's not happening.
for
that's not
me, and
happening.
that,
Thank you, Elaine. That's
but
not
that's
happening.
kind of the same thing too with the people who watch soaps. Because like me and you, Elaine, we've been like avid soap watchers probably
Right.
most of our lives, right?
Yeah.
But I still don't go and tell people, oh, I've been watching soaps for this many years, so I know everything about it. Hell, it's still some stuff that can catch me off guard. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and tell you how to be a soap watcher because everybody's
Right.
gonna have passionate opinions. They're going to feel the way they feel. I'm not gonna tell you to invalidate your feelings. I'm not gonna tell you that what you feel is somehow wrong from what I feel. Like I might not agree with you, but it's how you feel. Like for me, it's just don't come telling me how I'm supposed to, like, don't come telling me I need to
How I'm
change my
supposed to
opinion
feel,
because
right?
yeah, don't tell me I need to change my opinion. But I see it a lot when I'm on social and I'm like, because y'all notice, like when I'm on my social media, I will not go to other people's. If I'm not bringing anything positive to their conversation, I'm not going to go over to their stuff and be quote tweeting them, oh, you're wrong and blah, blah, blah. I don't
Right.
do that
Right.
because I don't like that because I
Right.
feel like that's a negative connotation on,
Yeah.
a conversation that you're starting with somebody you don't know. And I don't like to do that. And so for me, I feel like I've been seeing it a lot, and I've been really, really aggravated by it because a lot of the people that I talk to, like in my spaces and stuff, some of them are new watchers. Some of them, this is their first soap that they've ever watched, and they feel so invalidated sometimes
Right.
because people are
Right.
telling them that they're wrong to feel what they feel when they watch this show. And I think that is so disheartening as a person who is new and trying to get into something different, and you telling them that they're wrong because they haven't watched soap, so they don't know. Like you still know what looks good to you, what feels good to you, what makes you
Right.
happy, what makes you
Right.
feel a certain reaction. So you know that, and we all get passionate about it. We don't always agree,
Right,
but
right.
we can
We
come to a
DM
point
each
to
other, be
where
like, girl, I didn't
Yeah.
like this scene. You wrong.
right.
Yeah, we
Right.
all do it. Yeah.
Like me and Elaine was going back, no, 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 you wrong, you wrong,
Exactly.
no, you
Yeah.
wrong.
We
Like,
feel
and
what we
it's like,
feel.
but it's like I feel so bad for them because some of them are really, really new to it, and they feel like that they can't voice their opinions without feeling judged by these so-called avid soap watchers. And to me, as an avid soap watcher, I'm fucking disgusted by that. I really think that it really bothers me that you make people feel like they're not valid because, oh my God, they haven't been watching soaps for 30 plus years like you. That's very wrong, and I don't think that's a good feeling to give to anybody to
Right.
tell them
Well,
that
you
their
know what's
opinions
so
aren't
you
valid.
know what's so honest when I brought it up the last week on our membership only, I said I wanted to do a GH panel and I would start back watching it, but I haven't watched it in years. And am I gonna go back thousands of years? But I know Luke and Laura. I know a good enough. I know Sonny. I know Jason. I know the players, right? Because
Yeah.
history always repeats itself in soaps. So I
Right.
was like, I could definitely think I could come back into the game. I got to know like Portia. Like I got to learn the new characters. But I feel like you could keep me up to date. Elaine could keep me balanced. And I was like, oh, I think we could do it. But then I was just like you said, when you talk about if I were to say something and people be like, oh, but you don't know because you ain't watched it. Like, so that's
Right.
why I was like, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that.
And and I see that a lot with GH sometimes. Sometimes GH can be like a dog eat dog. Girl, I have to turn my comments off to people I don't follow sometimes because they get really crazy. And I love a messy bitch. I go up for Portia like all day, every day because she's a messy bitch to me, and I love a good messy bitch in a soap. And like they will come in there, well, you're wrong, and you got this, and why would you say? And I'm like, girl, I ain't gonna do this with you. Like I'm not that one. Like I'm not that chick that's gonna sit here and argue with you about this soap. Like I will block your ass. Like I do not do that. And I hate it because I see it so much in this. Like we are here because we love something, here because we want to love something, or even if we just want to support the people that are involved in it. It just I don't feel like people should ever have to feel like they can't say, oh, I like this or I like that because they fear that you're gonna tell them that they're wrong because they haven't watched
Right.
for so that's just I just wanted to bring that up because I've been seeing it a lot and I've had people like DM me people in the chat that I do. They've been saying, that they feel like invalidated because people are telling them that and I just like that's not a good feeling for anybody.
I agree. So Corey said it's to believe I used to watch each episode twice. Once the recast, Ted, the show hasn't been the same. Now Doug is unalive, and Haley is using Bill. Right? Oh, a whole bunch of comments came in. Corey said the show's biggest storylines have been revealed. Who's June? The truth about Eva. Eva has split with Tomas. Doug is unalive. Where do we go? The show has gone stale. Oh,
I mean, I always think there's more, Corey. I do think they threw a little bit too much at us at one time without expanding on some of those things. I do think there's still room to grow. It's just y'all got to slow it down some. Like y'all can't be just going, for plot points. Y'all have to go, like you said, for long term writing. You said you do long term writing. Give it to us. Like we want to see it. Give me the
right.
details. Give me the angst. Give me the longing. Give me the looks across the room. Give me and first of all, more than anything, where is the damn romance? Bring me the sexy. Where's the romance? We got now Danny and Andre. We can kind of count that as one. Martin and Smitty, that's something. Anita and Vernon, they're like old cuddly people, but like, where's the fucking romance? Like, where is it? Like, it needs to be sexy. Like, y'all got too many pretty people in this cast for it not to be a sexy,
Right. I
not to be
agree.
sexier. I'm
So Roy
sorry.
Fay said, I don't think Beyond the Gates was not expected to be a success. Therefore, people were caught off guard and things had to be changed. And when CBS gave the second season, everything is rushed, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think I have noticed, and I will give them this. I've noticed that I feel like they have did a little bit better with the pacing. I feel like they are kind of trying to slow things down and give a little bit more context. So I do feel like um, that they are kind of getting their footing in that area. I think they do still need to weed out the things that people just don't like. There are certain things some people like, some people don't, and then there's some things that people avidly agree about that they don't like, which we already know what it is. I don't have to say it. Um, but like they just have to do a better job of like if you're not gonna get rid of it, at least minimize it to where it's not
Right.
the biggest thing that
Right.
you
Or a
see.
whole week of it.
Yeah, and we know what it is. I don't have to say it. We know what it
Right.
is. We
You
all know
don't want to
it's
say
the
it.
elephant that's always in the room. It's the elephant that has been in the room since
She
the first
doesn't
week.
want her Friday to end up with DNA, y'all. That's what she's saying.
It has been the elephant that has been in the room since the first week of this show.
Chandra said that's why I rarely go on Twitter and X. Girl, it ain't Twitter and X you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about that Facebook.
Twitter can be a negative place if you don't curate your timeline the way you want
I
to
was
see.
gonna
Girl,
say
I got
I
so
feel
many.
like I get like-minded people on my Twitter, which I love.
Yeah, I get like I have my timeline pretty much curated to what I want it to be. On my timeline, I don't see a lot. It's people that come into my mentions that are like the issue, and a lot of times I'll turn my comments off to people that I don't follow because I'm like, I don't really got to talk to nobody but these 150 something people I follow, and that's it. That's all I'm going to talk to, and I will do that to preserve my peace because it can be a very toxic place. It can be like nerve wracking. Like, girl, I got ADHD. Like, had like borderline. I don't got time for this drama. Like, I'm not gonna get worked up over y'all. Like, no. So you gotta make it like your experience is gonna be what you make it. And like sometimes if you have to just limit who you can talk to or who can talk to you, shit, do it. I suggest it. I recommend it actually.
So Xavier said, I'll say it. We can keep Ashley and Derek, but their love story is not what we want. Ashley needs to be investigating Haley. And I agree.
I'm gonna counter you with this, Xavier. Now let me put this in your ear. We can keep Ashley, but I'm gonna need a recast.
Ooh,
I can't do it no more.
I can't do it. No.
Baby, I have hit my expiration date. It's like a bag carton of milk in the refrigerator. I cannot do it anymore. Correct. They do have some sexy men. Like they might be on a little short. They might be a little bit on the shorter side, but they are sexy.
No, so they introducing the white man, the George, what's his name? Greg. What's his name? Sky,
Greg
you know
Vaughn.
Greg Vaughn. I know you ain't excited about it, but he a sexy white man.
Because my thing is like they already have enough, WPs taking up timeline and taking up weeks of stories. And he's a seasoned actor. He is one that has been on a lot of things. So what do you think that's going to be? They're literally going to bring him in here, and I hope they don't let him eat the canvas like they have let these other people. So that's my worry. It always will be when one of them joins. So kind of where I'm at.
Bobby Wobbly said the editing is terrible. They be making me feel like I missed an episode or a segment every now and then.
Right. Yes.
So, dude, there was one where I was literally just watching today, and I was like, they jumped over to, and because I edit my recordings. So when I'm sitting there and I'm watching Andre and it was Danny talking, and they jumped over to, oh, I want to do this foundation. And I was like, but the last episode, how did y'all jump to that? I was like, wow, they give us no context in between.
Mm-hmm. But hopefully those are things they rectify later.
I guess we'll rectify later.
Just
like we got memories of Ashley and Andre that we didn't know we needed.
Girl, I know I didn't need it. I saw that crap and I was like, what the? Okay.
It's the flashbacks for me. Them acting like they went on more than one date and this was like a love story. Like, I'm done.
Girl, y'all had a green screen and some takeout. Could you please get out of my face? Like, please get out of my face.
Bitch, you was excited over some IHOP crepes that they ordered off of Uber Eats. Bitch, I'm done with you.
And girl, he bought that beret off eBay. Girl, get out of my face.
I'm done. I can't. But thank y'all so much. I guess we lost Elaine. She was like, girl, it's too long. But I love her and thank her for being here. If you guys have not already, please make sure that you guys hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you guys go follow Sky. She is having her show tomorrow on the Twitter Spaces. So y'all make sure y'all go support because they get real crazy over there. And I love Miss Renee. Miss Renee is probably one of my favorites. But what is it? Tishki? And I love all
Tiki. Yeah, Tiki is hilarious too. Like I have some like. Yeah, it's always good vibes. We have a good time.
And there's one over there that always tries to play devil's advocate.
Girl, Shay.
Is it Shay? Okay, I love her.
Shay is always Shay be doing the most. I think she coming here and do that just to ruffle my feathers. Like I think she doing it.
But y'all have a good night. Be safe. We love y'all. Mwah. And yeah, y'all, We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye.